You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for ninny McNinny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
What's up, everybody? We are understaffed, underpaid, underappreciated.
I don't know if we're underappreciated. Patreon shows a little.
That's true. That's true. Not by the Patreon folks. And we're generally underwhelming.
Always tired. And
prefer
old.
to have sex underneath.
That's you.
Yeah, dude, my back game is crazy.
Your back
It's
game?
crazy. It's crazy.
Nobody lays down like you.
Facts. We, as you can tell, we're short one Adam Russman this week. We'll take a moment of silence for both Adam Russman's appearance and Stanley. So, Adam's fine. Stan is not fine. Well, I mean, he's fine.
Be.
I mean, actually, to be fair, he could be in a whole better spot.
Yeah.
Because I think he was really deteriorating this past year.
I don't always see death as a bad thing.
No, me
it's
neither.
sad, yes, for the rest of us.
Sure.
But for the person?
Yes, that's a good way to see it. Yes.
Like the Thanos life.
What do you, did that hit you in your feels at all? I know you're very callous towards death and mortality.
It was a loss, but sad, not incredibly sad. Like I said, it was different if it was 65. He's 95.
Yeah.
And things have been rough for him lately, health-wise and all the drama.
Yeah, I think I let out a sigh.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, I don't do the changing temporary profile picture stuff much, but like that was one of the best nerd moments in my life. Like the picture of me and Krista and some of our friends.
Oh, yes.
Like we didn't stand. I would never stand in line for someone's autograph and take pictures.
You want to hear something terrible about that picture?
Oh, what is it?
I thought that was you.
Which one? The Magneto?
That's who you were?
No, I was a hand ninja.
You were the hand ninja.
Yeah.
So I thought that was you, but I was afraid to ask if it was you because there was too many potential jokes.
No, that was me. Like, yeah, we were hanging out, me and Krista, and then these couple of friends of our acquaintance were chatting, and I'm sure I guess Dan saw her ass from far or something, because like all of a sudden someone grabbed her by the waist and was saying hi. I was like, "Who's this?" I was like, "Oh my god, it's fucking Stan Lee."
It's crazy.
It's like I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to stand in line. He came up to us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Girl power, man.
Girl power. Yeah, it's funny. I kept getting all these texts, like from friends. Some of them were funny because they're not really into this stuff,
right?
And they were like, "Dude, are you okay? Are you gonna call out sick tomorrow to kind of observe a day, or you know?" So I had to deal with all that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be mad at a Stan Lee day. Not a holiday, but to be on the calendar, that wouldn't bother me. I mean, he deserves to be on there more than a lot of other people that's on the calendar. In my opinion.
I'd have to think about that one. I'm not sure I'd agree with that, but I wouldn't be opposed to having him on. Let me ask you this: birthday or death day? I always wrestle with that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, if it's memorial, it's death. I think celebration is birthday.
Right. So, which would you rather it be?
Celebration.
Okay, so birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. I always wrestle with that. Like my grandmother's birthday, I've forgotten when it is.
You always get sad around the same time of year, though. I know that.
Yes, that's usually around this time.
Yes,
is when it starts to happen. Because she died November 14th, but her birthday was the end of September. It was like the 28th, 9th, somewhere around there. And I never had a firm grip on it because we didn't ever do anything for it.
Younger too.
Yeah. But it's funny that I remember her. Well, I mean, I remember her death for a number of reasons.
Because, I mean, it's different, like because it hits you differently. That is a significant one-time thing. Mm-hmm. Where her birthday, you celebrate for her every year.
Yeah, that's fair. So Adam could not join us today. Maybe he'll stop by late. I don't know.
I mean, we're trying to be like Shadowcast. Less and less content, more and more bullshit, and less cast.
We've had a busy day.
Yeah, we already got stuff done.
And Joe got here around 9.
As usual.
Chris beat you.
Oh, because he said 9:15.
I know.
So I gave myself like a 5-10 minutes.
It took me. I was like, what?
Also could be because he had the wife.
Yes,
Put him in gear.
Chris and Kelly came over this morning, and we got a video shoot done for the music video, and I got to put that song up on Patreon into early December.
Oh, early.
Yeah, just to get the Patreon folks.
Yeah.
So they came.
My favorite, man. This is my favorite.
It is.
Yeah.
I like it. I was listening to. I went back and watched them all recently. Like I always do that as I start the editing process, like just to make sure it's different enough.
Yes.
And Burn still feels really good to me. Like
I mean, I like them all.
And Smoke and Mirrors. Those are my two favorites.
When I do random on Listen, they come on. But like for me to pull up something is this. I've been listening to a lot of this. This and Solid Unit.
Really?
Krista brings up Solid Unit a lot. That's her fucking favorite thing.
You know, I think Solid Unit is a lot of Solid Unit and Hungry. I think are far more popular, but they're less. They're a part of me, but they're less me than Smoke and Mirrors and Burn.
They're
this one. This one's much more me.
Yeah, but as your internet persona, as Skullface, like every video ends in Solid Unit.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it used to be for a while, every
video opened.
And a lot of your not viral, but your very popular videos opens with that. So people would know that tune.
Yeah. But people really like Hungry too. It's just because they're uplifting, they're like upbeat and they're fun and whatever. But I like the darker stuff.
As we all know. Like 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. So we got some music video stuff done, and then we did next week's Nerd Rage Radio
already.
Because I'm going to be away next week, so we didn't want to leave you guys hanging.
And it's it's Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving.
I'll be working.
Yep.
And Adam, I think, is working probably. I don't know.
I think he's off.
Oh, okay.
Evan came through, and we talked. We had a great discussion.
That's great.
It gets far removed from pop culture. Just as a heads up.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true because what we talked about, a lot of it is based on the nerd culture, the movies we watched.
Yeah,
right? It's the conversation stems from that, and it revolves around people in our culture.
Yeah,
like who is in, who is out, who might be coming in, who's never coming in.
Yeah, that's fair. So it's grounded, I'll say, in pop culture, but it gets outside the realm of pop culture.
And it's funny. And we're in good places.
Yeah, great conversation.
No negative feelings.
No negative feelings whatsoever.
And if you like stupid Bobby Dad pun jokes,
there's plenty.
Yeah,
and they're not from me. I got one the Ant-Man one.
Yeah.
And then I finished up the 4 Dummies, which
dude, I like. Yeah, I like this segment a lot.
It's funny, man.
Yeah,
and
it's only been 3 episodes, and it's already grown in the maturity of it.
Yeah, people like it.
Yeah.
And
just it's the production too. Like watching the first episode, the first time you did it, and this one, this feels like you got a groove.
Yeah. And I learn more tricks, and I can apply those tricks.
Yeah, I haven't seen you do any of that shit before.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's this moving over there?
Yeah.
What's this spinning?
Yeah, and then we got a music video shot with Evan, and
I gave Chris a couple pieces for me. He's gonna cut some pieces for me. I'm hiring Crashbox for a little bit.
Yep. And then I had lunch, and then now we're doing Nerd Rage. So it's been a busy day. And then I got Shattered Cast tonight.
Isn't it always? It's always busy for you.
Yeah, but these have been especially. Things should slow down for me when I get back.
You said that.
No, but
when you got back from TFCon.
Yeah, but I didn't take into account that I had to double up this week to account for next week.
And then the floors and all that good stuff.
And the floors, yes. I didn't take either one of those things into account. But
then when you get back, it's going to be Christmas and stuff. Don't you have white people stuff to do?
I'm sure we'll
getting together and having drinks with your coworkers and office parties and.
Well, no, I have Rusmus to go to.
Yeah,
and I have My birthday. I don't know if I'm even doing anything for that.
We're going for lunch for sure.
Yeah.
If you're off, are you off?
Yeah, yeah.
What is that? I gotta see what day it is. I'm taking off work for that.
You don't have to do that.
I never have to do anything. Probably.
That's true. Laura's birthday is in December also, so I'll do something for her, and then New Year's we're having a party with the Pinkertons.
Oh yeah.
And then
So no IKEA trip for you for this birthday?
I don't think so.
Filled up.
Filled up. I did get some IKEA furniture for upstairs.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Shout out to IKEA, man.
dude, great company.
You motherfuckers out there who shit on IKEA furniture, fuck you.
Dude, get the Slubenfagen and hook it up.
It's about the building and the detail.
My wife is texting me now. How goes it?
How goes which part?
I think just my day.
Everything's. I say everything's been good.
Her and I have been in a weird place recently, and not in a bad place. And it's just we are off. Like usually we're in balance, and we're not in balance.
It's like you guys are doing your own thing.
Yeah, well, I think that like the floors. I think all this stuff has taken its toll.
So busy.
Yeah, and then there's like a couple other things like. I don't know. I think she's been stressed with all the kind of getting things done and everything, and I've been stressed with getting things done. So like, I think she's been a little short with me, and I've been a little short with her, and stuff like that. And then, like, I keep feeling like I'm coming up $1 short with her. Like,
not meeting expectations.
Yeah, like, I wanted to be able to, aside from the charity stuff, I wanted DMH to be able to pay for those floors for her. Like, cause she's allowed me to work on these 2 rooms first.
Yeah.
And then DMH came up short, so like I felt like I came up short. And then like little stuff like, I left for work and came home, and usually I get home early. Like I get out of work a little early. It's not like a clock out job.
Right.
But
whenever the mopping is done.
But this particular day, I had to stay a little later, and I mean, you would have just thought that I it was the worst possible thing I could have done. And I generally don't sweat small shit like that, like I just be like, yeah, sorry, sorry. But I want to be like, man, you ain't got nothing to say when I'm home an hour early.
Yeah.
Now that I'm home 20 minutes later than what my standard time should be, it's an issue.
Well, is it because she was depending on you to do something like the kids or something?
No, kind of. I mean, she it's mundane shit. She wanted to take a shower and stuff, and
the luxury of taking a shower
when you got 3 kids.
I know that's what I'm saying. So maybe it was a big deal for her for those 20 minutes.
Yeah, but it's just like you gotta take that.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I mean, you're coming up with vacation like in 2 days.
Yeah, well, it's just been a lot.
I mean, I'm saying it should help things. Hopefully, just relieve some stress, get you all bonding again. Family times and all that. Is just you guys going to this place, or is your dad gonna be there?
He's gonna be there.
Okay. And whatever you call it, his significant other,
his wife. Yeah.
You ever say your stepmom?
Or
you just say my dad's wife
to make it easier. Sometimes I'll say it,
but
I don't think of her as any,
because it's like you were too old when that happened.
Yeah, she's a woman that's married to my father, and that's the end of that for me. I mean,
you don't dislike her?
No, not at all. Yeah. I don't have like any kind of great relationship with her, but I don't have a bad one with her either.
How are they with your wife?
Though they're great with my wife, like. Better they are than they are with me. You could argue.
That's why I'm saying like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was no relation. I mean, they live far. You guys don't see each other much. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Laura has nothing to say about them.
Nope. When we get together, they probably talk more to her than they do to me. So there's another thing. Oh, and then last night, it's a small thing. It's a petty thing, but it's not this one thing. It's just the things adding up.
Yeah.
I had a good month this month, and it was surprisingly good. Yeah. And she was like, "Let's open up a nice bottle and have a toast." And I was like, "Damn! Like it feels good to have to." It sounds. I don't even like saying this shit. It sounds petty to say it, but like it feels good to have your work noticed and appreciated and wanted to be celebrated.
Yeah, there's nothing petty to say. I think that's for everybody.
By someone who doesn't really care about it. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't think
she doesn't really care. Like, as long as I'm happy, she doesn't care if it's a good month or a bad month or whatever.
That's also good.
Yeah, it is good. But like to see a little bit of like care, like, damn, you did well. Like, here, let's celebrate.
They're
like,
happy for you.
Yeah, I was touched by it, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then like she's like, well, you sure you want to do it tonight? And it's like, no, never mind. I don't want to do it now. Yeah, let's just go watch Making a Murderer. I don't, like
You could have drank wine with that.
Yeah, but like it's just I don't know. It's and then, like I said, it's not the one thing. It's just the sum of its parts. Or it's like,
but at least you're cognizant of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean we know when we're out of sync.
Yeah, we
know. Like. Because and I know this from Robert talking about like you're the perfect man. I know it might sound like I'm bragging. I'm not, but we are very in touch with one another. Like, and
you should be.
And we're extremely in sync. So when the shit is off, we know it immediately.
You've only been together 25 years,
right? And then it's fucking tub time, and we sort that shit out.
We're not supposed to talk about tub time. Who has to clean the tub? Is that you or her?
Upstairs? Tub?
Yeah,
her. I'll do the bathroom, but I don't do the tub.
You don't. I mean,
I don't do
obviously
the tub.
You don't do this tub either.
Yeah, I don't do the tub. I don't do the shower.
Robert does the basement.
Yes,
and your wife does the upstairs.
I'll tell you like this. Remember last week I was saying how I don't get topped off very often.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got topped off this past week.
Did she hear? Did she listen?
No.
Did you request?
But let me tell you, I wouldn't normally talk about this type of shit. Like bring it up,
Right.
But it was so funny, man. Like because it was good, and I was enjoying it. But it wasn't going to get the job done. But I'm not gonna. I'll roll with it, whatever you want to do.
For as long as she wants to roll with it.
Yeah. And all of a sudden she sat up and put her hair back. And I was like, oh shit, she's getting ready to go to work. And sure enough.
So you can't be that off sync.
No, it's not. Like I said, it's not bad.
Yeah.
At all. It's just we're not in sync.
Yeah. Just not perfect.
Yeah. So anyway, how was, with that, so Adam's not here this week. He won't be here next week. We do have a special show next week. We won't let you guys down or do our best not to. I don't want to make promises. So it's just Joe and I today. This might be a shorter show.
And we have one question from Paul C, who just made it in time. He literally got that email right before we started recording.
So how was your nerd week, Joe?
Man, my nerd week's been all right. Started watching She-Ra last night.
How is it?
It's a kid show. Like it's not like one of those kid show where there's adult elements. So far I've watched 7 episodes, so halfway through. I think it's 13 episodes, but it's like a legitimate kids show. The first episode I was iffy on it, but by the 7th I was a little more invested.
Took 7 episodes to...
No. I mean, like it built up. Like by the 7th episode, I'm more invested.
Is Hordak in it?
Yes.
Oh shit!
What up?
Never mind.
Nice.
I take back everything I just said.
Oh man. Do we have to delete that?
I know. I just went into a long explanation that you weren't going to be here today, and you weren't going to be here next week, and he's going to be back. And I just took 10 minutes talking about it.
You also did say he might show up later on. Who knows?
I did. And I'll save it and pass the mic.
That's good.
I don't know if I do this, man.
Oh yeah.
And we're back.
Episode.
Man. What is this? 170?
This is 168.
We need to get to 170. I'm getting tired of this 160.
Next
the
time.
60s. All right.
You're done with it. This is the last one for
so,
you.
Yeah, that's true. This is your last one.
What?
Because we did 169 earlier this morning.
For next week.
Oh, shit.
Going right to 170 for you. Just for you. You got to skip one.
No, I might need to change that.
Now you want to linger?
Well, wait a minute. Why am I not recording next week?
I didn't know that you wanted to.
Bobby's not in time. I'm working overtime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could have recorded by yourself, I guess.
I guess I could have.
You still can. We can put it up. We can put it up for Patreon.
That's fine. It's fine.
One man show. I'm sure you can talk for 3 hours.
Of course I can.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, man. So have we done a moment of silence yet?
Yes, that was the first thing we did.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We did one for you and for Stan.
Yeah. It's up to people to decide which portion of that silence was his and yours.
Gotcha.
It could be 90
You know what?
50-50.
You know what? Like, I was thinking about doing a whole 3 hours of silence.
Holy shit.
Be like, hey guys, for episode 168, we're just gonna,
Dude, what would it
observe
say
a moment
about
of
us
silence.
if that was our largestly downloaded episode?
Oh my God.
I think I would quit.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd be
And
like,
then-
dude,
and
no
look
one. I'd be like, more people want to not hear me than hear me.
And
Or
then,
respect Stan.
dude, and
Stand
you
the
look at
man.
the YouTube analytics, they watched the entire time.
Oh, that'd be the best. That'd be the worst. That'd be the worst. Then like some jackass be like, dude, 234, my favorite part.
You can hear a door close upstairs.
Something's wrong over here. What is going on?
I cleaned up some.
Yeah, it's much clearer.
Is there a statue missing?
Oh, Carnage is
Carnage
moved.
up there. It looks good up there. He needs a Spider-Man now.
Carnage is moved, and
Okay.
Song of the South is upstairs.
Is it now?
It's been upstairs. It was on the bottom shelf, but somebody moved it up a couple of shelves.
3 shells.
Dude, what if Joe just stole that shit from you? Could you forgive him?
No,
Really?
No, I have a strong sentimental attachment to that set.
Obviously.
He actually never forgave somebody for stealing a puzzle piece. That's a fact.
No, I forgave. I had to kick his ass, but I forgave him.
Really? What was it? What was the last straw with him then? I thought it was a puzzle.
No, the last straw was the puzzle was the second to last straw, but then he knocked him out. He rang my doorbell and ran away, and I chased him down like Drexel wearing a robe and a pair of boxer shorts, and beat his ass in the alley between Joyce's house and Larry's house.
How do you remember these people?
I don't know. I grew up with them. They were like, and they were all like, it was Aunt Joyce, Uncle Larry. Like I
Gotcha.
and my neighborhood was very cool that way. Like, if I did something outside, they were definitely going to tell they might tell my dad, or they might be like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" You know,
Yeah.
like, and
Dude, I think I've had my ass whipped by a neighbor before.
I've never. I can say that no one has ever put their hands on me, but they leaned
definitely,
on me.
Definitely uncle.
Yeah. Well, that's different. I have, dude. Oh, this is a good story. Oh, fuck. Today's been a day of odd remembering stories for me.
Really?
Dude, there was
Yeah.
some good ending stories in the next week's episode.
Yeah. So this was a good one, dude. This was one. I thought my Uncle John, Uncle John, I thought he was gonna beat the shit out of me.
Okay.
So like,
Did you deserve it? Probably.
I did, but it was it wasn't an unprovoked attack from me.
Okay. Joe, what did you do?
It's fine.
What did you do, Joe?
Okay.
So, I came in to my grandmother's house. My Uncle John lived with my grandma. My Uncle John and his wife, my Aunt Suzanne. Now, my Aunt Suzanne is my grandma's daughter, and he married in. Oh God. So like, I'm in my teens, and I'm staying with my grandmother for the week. And they come home, and my Uncle John was a drinker, but he wasn't like a drunk, but he just had some beers.
And a fiend.
and he was like, he worked with his hands, like he was a landscaping guy, like strong dude, like a man's man kind of guy. So he came into the room that I had, and he started like grabbing all my pockets. And he was like, empty your pockets. And I was like, but we had like a kind of a horseplay relationship, So I was like, get the fuck off me. Like, and I'm like brushing him off, and he's like, run your fucking pockets. So I was like, fine. So I like emptied out my pockets, and I had like this wad of money. It wasn't a lot. It was probably like $20, but I had like a 10 on the outside, and then a 5, and then 5 ones.
Yeah.
Or some such shit. Right. And he was like, man, you still got that trailer park in you. And I said, what do you mean? And he was like, you try to carry the big money on the outside, act like you're something. And he was like, you get inside, you got a fucking shit ton of ones. And I was like, yeah, well, at least when I'm 45, I won't be living with my mom.
Oh.
And he fucking threw me up against the wall. And he was like, do you know what I do around here? Do you know what I contribute? Do you know how, like, and it was true, but I thought we were just fucking around, like, I thought it was like,
No, you were being a dick.
I was, but I was
in fun. And not
in fun.
Not malice.
Like, like you break my balls, I'll break your balls a little bit, and like
No mouse.
no. Really, there wasn't. Really, there wasn't. Seriously, it was all good.
I believe you.
And I was like, but he was strong as fuck. Like one of those dudes that like you shake his hand and it hurts, And he had me up against the wall, like fist clenched, like and my grandma had like a significant amount of property, so like he took care. Like he did a lot of work. He did a lot of work around the house. Like there's no doubt about it. Like we appreciated their presence. I didn't mean anything by it. I was just breaking balls.
Yeah.
But I thought he was gonna knock. I thought he was gonna put me in park, right there.
Did you apologize?
I don't think so. I think I was too scared. Like I was a young kid. I was slammed up against the wall with a heavy ass hand on my chest, and all I was looking at was this. Like I don't even remember everything that he was saying because all I was looking at was that other fist. Like if that comes my way, how am I going to get out of this?
I remember you telling me about that incident because there was some collateral damage.
Oh yeah, for a while. Yeah. For a while.
Yeah,
because my grandma heard it, and
she was upset.
She wasn't going to have that shit.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's why I wondered if you explained yourself later on or something like that.
Yeah, no, it just faded away. That's all. But yeah, it was sketchy there for a minute. There's little weird family moments. I have a lot of them. I remember one time toast back my mother, like open hand, like smacked
your
shit out of her.
family.
Yeah, it's a very white trash family. It's a fact. But like I forget what it was over. But like she did
potato chips.
No. I think she trashed his room. That was something that she did. And like if you had like,
I mean, he was kind of particular about his room too.
Yeah, he was particular about everything. Like he was very clean, like germaphobe type, which is funny.
Yeah.
But like he had like I think something out of place, and she trashed his room, like threw trash and like went downstairs, got the garbage can and like dumped it in his bed. Like that's the type of shit she would do. So like he was like, did you do this? Did you do this? And he grabbed her and just open hand smacked the shit out of her.
How old was he?
14, 15.
Yeah,
that's not a weak smack then.
Yeah, no. It was a smack, and I grabbed him and I threw him up against the wall to get.
And he was like, "Do you know what I do around here, boy? Do you know what I contribute?"
Nothing. But
electric bill.
To this day, Jana.
Oh, okay.
To this day, I am like there's a part of me, and I just reacted, but there's a part of me that's envious of what that feels like to have put hands on her, and I it's not in me. I don't have that in me. I don't think as much as I'll joke around with like my wife, if you're man enough to hit me, and all that kind of stuff, like look, my house, I got 3 girls. I want them to grow up thinking they're equal. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have to treat you like a man if you act like a man around, but I'm just messing with her. She knows I don't have it in me. Aside from that girl I back hook kicked in the face, I don't have it in me.
Listen to Patreon for that story.
Yeah, to look, I gotta explain that real quick. It was. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
They gotta listen.
It's
to
not
it.
what it sounds like.
It is exactly what it sounds like.
It's not true. So,
but for $10.
So anyway,
you can find out the truth.
So anyway, I said to her, I know it's not in me to put, because in that moment, I stopped. I protected my mom, who has never protected me, but that's who I am. But I am in my head, I'm always like, I wonder what that felt like. Like, I wonder how good that felt on the inside.
I'm sure your mom's protecting you at one point.
Maybe.
I'm sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe from a feral squirrel, chipmunk with rabies or something. She was like, "Eee!" Pulled you away.
Could be.
Maybe.
In my first 2 years, if it would have had to be.
I'm sure she's protected you from the voices in her head.
That might be true.
Anyway, have you guys? I guess you have.
So Joe has started his nervy. He started watching She-Ra. He's 7 episodes in, and I was asking if Hordak was in it.
Yes, Hordak is in it. Ketra, Shadow Weaver.
No He-Man.
Mantena
is any Grayskull.
Mention of Grayskull.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm interested. Like I was telling him, the first episode didn't grab me. I was like, oh, this is like animation is
trash.
It's kind of like Flash animation. But I got used to it, and also as the show went on, like I got more attached to characters. I'm more involved with what happens now in episode 7.
How many episodes in the season?
13. So I'm halfway through. But it's definitely a kids show. I wouldn't say it's like SpongeBob or something where kids watch it, but adults can get something out of it if they want it, something less than a cartoon or something more than a cartoon. I like her transformation. It's not just clothes. She gets jacked.
Oh, really?
Like she grows like a foot or 2 tall, height wise, and then get muscular. So she's not just always.
How'd that butt do?
I don't know. I like this transformation. She's a lot more super, like a lot more fantastic.
Okay.
So I asked some questions.
Yeah.
The blue fairy lady, Ice Frost maybe.
That's more combat, but okay.
No, one of the princesses of power.
Well, they're going through that. They're going through the Princess of Power now. Every episode.
Don't spoil it, man.
Is she? Is she in it?
I don't think they've gotten to her.
All
I'm
right,
sure they
what about,
will.
I had a thing for her back in the day for whatever reason. Grizzlor.
Not yet.
So who's with Hordak?
Huh?
Who's with Is Leech? Is Leech in it? Do you remember his toy with the suction cup? He looked like
Didn't he squirt water too?
was it Shaniqua, the lady from from In Living Color?
Wanda.
Wanda. Yeah.
Where do you get Shaniqua?
You think that's
Probably
from-
Martin.
That's
Or
from Martin.
Shanae. That was
Shanae.
Shanae.
Yeah. No, so far mainly on the bad guy
Didn't
side.
Shanae meet Wanda at one point? I want to say, did that happen or just in my head canon?
Could be a headcanon. But it
That
doesn't
Jamie
matter.
Foxx episode.
I wouldn't be
of
surprised in that era. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds legit.
I'm in.
It sounds legit.
I'm in.
Yo, Google that.
Okay.
Shanae meets Wanda. I'm ready to go. Go ahead.
No, the main bad guys, Hordak, right now it's really revolving on Shadow Weaver, and Catra, and one more dude. And I don't remember which guy he is, but there's an.
What about the guy that pops apart and has like 4 legs?
I don't. Think
What's his
so.
name? He's a cool toy gimmick though. Like he came with a lot of extra bits, like
Who
arms. He almost looks like a gremlin, except he's green. But like his arms pop off his legs, and you put like 4 legs on him.
Oh
4 legs.
yeah. I know what you're
What was
talking
his
about.
name? It doesn't matter.
It was a
It's
very
stupid.
insectoid.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
kinda.
like green.
But was he part of the Horde?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay, I have a hard time keeping track of who's in the Horde. I know it was Hordak, Grizzlor, Leech, Catra.
What was Catra?
She had like a cat mask. She was sexy. God
See, I don't
bless.
believe you.
If you Google Catra, maybe
Is
the
she-
new one.
who's the female wizard in the red cloak?
That's
She get
Shadow
evil.
Weaver.
Shadow Weaver?
Yeah.
Evil, it's like an evil Orko.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be tight if she was the same species as Orko, like badass evil bitches and the goofy dudes.
Oh, like the Darth Maul people.
Is that
The
the
yellow
case?
dudes are like subjugated by the woman who just comes by and kidnaps them once in a while. That's also what in Clone Wars,
Huh.
right, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just come by and kidnap them. I guess
I don't hate it.
I guess that's how they breed. Maybe.
I don't hate it. I don't remember her.
Yeah.
She's a lot more cat in this new one.
What do you mean?
Like cat?
Like a cat person?
Yeah, like Thundercats. I think.
No, I'm not rolling.
Look-
That's
look
trash.
at
There
Trash.
she is.
Look
There
it up.
she is.
No, that's not okay.
That's not okay. That's not was not okay.
That's
So
right.
is
Draw
she,
the
not,
line.
is she not a bad guy?
She,
Oh,
she-
but she's get look. Oh.
Nah,
She had 2 different color eyes.
well,
not
like the
wrong.
Horde are all like non-human in this.
The
They're all
She-Ra.
like they're all like off.
Yeah, well, they were all
Yeah,
off.
She-Ra's got like crazy jawline. She looks like a dude.
Except for Catra. Catra was the one human. But like Leech and Grizzlor and Mantenna. Dude, Mantenna's not rocking yet?
Is that it? Is that it?
I don't know.
Mantenna had the eyes that popped out like
I haven't, like I said, I'm only halfway through, and like
I'm not rolling. This sounds like trash to me.
it might be.
You're halfway through and there's no Mantenna, no Leech, no Grizzlor. Who does Hordak roll around with? Hordak has the weakest squad in this new fucking show ever.
I mean,
Hordak's all of a sudden a solo artist.
Hordak has the Horde,
Who's in the Horde?
like everybody.
No one.
no one named, but a lot of people.
But you can't name any of them?
I don't,
Just
no, I'm-
Horde Trooper 1.
He's not
Yeah,
even watching
basically,
this.
basically.
He's not even
They're
watching
all
this.
like troopers because
there's
he did have
there's a lot of
troopers.
troopers. There's shit ton.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
see,
there's troopers.
that's,
And
that's
robots.
fucking garbage because that's just animating one and then cloning
yeah,
it.
Who are his lieutenants?
But it's not 3D,
Lieutenants.
so it's
It could still be copy paste.
that's true.
Anyway, continue, Joe.
But I like it. So anyway, I mean, I don't love it.
Is
but
The Rock in it?
I'm gonna,
Jesus Christ.
If The Rock is in it, I would say I love it, but I just like it.
That joke will make sense in 2 weeks.
Yes. Foreshadowing. But yeah, I'm gonna probably finish it tonight.
All right. I'm not rolling.
You don't have to. I didn't.
Are we relieving? Jesus, releasing next week's show on Patreon immediately?
I was gonna
I think we should.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
That's a little bonus.
Okay.
Like 2 for 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'm
You
good
get
with
shit
that.
next week.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. I was also going to come and be like, hey, in honor of Stan Lee, we're not doing a show for 2 weeks. See you at Thanksgiving, folks.
Next week is just the week of silence. Next week.
Yeah, a week of silence, much like a sound of silence. Continue.
Not the disturbed version. That was fun.
Simon and Garfunkel or Get the Fuck Out.
I've got both. I know how I feel. Continue, Joe.
I'm all in on these new display cases.
Yeah, you're tempting me with them. You're tempting me.
I mean, the owner seems great. So the
owner of the company.
Yeah. So this is
Your
called
best friend.
Moducase. MODUCASE. You can find them on Facebook.
Use promotion code NerdRage.
Right? Dude, I've been telling everybody. So they
Dude,
have.
see if we can get an interview with him. He can sponsor us and hook us up.
I messaged him.
How's the English?
Perfect. I wouldn't.
Yeah, to see if he's down.
I mean, I haven't talked to him, but his typing is. I wouldn't know that he wasn't. I would think he's a first world native speaker.
See what he does.
Freudian.
Yeah, see what he does himself.
Freudian.
The company is based in Singapore, where XM Studios is.
Yeah.
And the cases are modular. They have like 3 different sizes of 2 lines. One line is much deeper, so to speak, than the other. One is 23 inch, one is 27 inch. But you can get them custom sized. And it's not that expensive.
How much is one case?
Depends. My case is going to be 7 point something foot tall and 8 foot point something wide for under $2K with 22 LEDs spotlights. That is fucking good. Compared to anything else you can find.
I'm not mad at you, Joe.
Pre-made on the market. That's usually not that deep, by the way, and usually can't hold the weight of statues.
I'll tell you what, it's deeper than Hordak's crew. I'll tell you that much.
The frames are aluminum, and the glass is acrylic. You can.
My shallowness is deeper than Horace.
Yeah, how about that?
The mirrors are acrylic. You want to get mirror back, so everything is not unbreakable. There's no latches.
What if you holler back?
Youngin.
No. Okay.
Holler back.
Just checking.
Never to dust again. It's rubber seals on it. So the front plate.
Is it vacuum sealed?
The front plate is no. I don't think so. It's not peanuts. I'm sure you can. The front acrylic is magnetic, so you just pop it on no stay, but there's hand screws.
The plastic all expands.
And then, but yeah. And
Yeah,
the
like
spotlight,
suction cup
it
to-
looks fucking classy. And if you have vents and shit, and on your ceiling or molding on the bottom, they custom cut those out, so it fits perfectly to your wall.
Actually, I don't even have molding.
But you'd have the vent, so you can get that extra height. If you have extra tall statues, you want to put, because if you otherwise your case would be just as tall as the vent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. But unless you don't care about having things behind glass, then in that case, you can just get cabinets.
No. I'm tempted. I got to get these fucking
and
things
it's
out of
changing
here
my
first.
mind about the mirror back, because most people get these cases don't get the mirror back. It's just a black background, and it's fucking classy with the spotlights. And it's changed my mind too. I originally was like, oh, of course you have the option of LED strips or LED spotlights. I was going to be like, of course LED strips, but then I saw the spotlights. I'm like, oh, this looks like a museum.
Yeah, it is sharp. I've seen a lot of people with quarter scale statues that do the single spotlight on each piece, and it is sharp.
So yeah, these come with 2 to 4 lights each. So you can put them 4 up top or each corner. And all the wires are ran so that they go behind the case.
See, I feel like they're too big for my collection.
They are. They're not for 40K.
Yeah.
You can get shelves made, but it's too expensive, really. Oh, snap.
Yeah, YouTube flag. Yeah, YouTube flag.
Yeah.
The only problem is because since I'm getting it custom made modules, but the bottom modules are all standard. The top ones I'm making extra tall for my statues. I won't be getting these till February, but it's 1,900 and some change shipped to my door. That's
pretty good.
Yeah.
You just need to buy a bigger house before you get them.
From Singapore?
You can't buy a house from Singapore, but what a stupid question.
You can get your ass whipping in Singapore.
Dude,
Remember that kid got an ass whipping?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good grief.
Get caned. You can get caned. I don't know about that life.
I wish somebody would try to cane me. I need to beat their ass.
Dude, some guy, somebody listening to this, he's like, my time has come. Reach back, grabs a cane, bends it. And all of a sudden, you like put your keys in, and all of a sudden, whack!
Right in the back of the knee.
Why? Whack! I give you 4. Whack!
Oh man,
You got 16.
Kern.
Carl?
Do you remember Kane from Menace Society? The Kern. Ugh. 16 lashes with a cane.
I think it was 16. 16 sounds good.
I think it was like graffiti. It was like a graffiti crime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, Jisk. Did you guys do a GoFundMe or anything for that?
He should have got 17, as far as I'm concerned. And then, of course, the media is like, here, this martial arts guy can kill you with 1 strike. You know, they're like getting all crazy and whatnot. Fuck that kid, man. Little shithead.
Don't ever come at me with a cane. Come at me with a bat or something.
Nightwing will come in with your cane.
I want my ass whipped with an American weapon.
Nightwing uses canes. He's American.
That's not a cane. A cane is like it's like a bamboo reed.
Does it have to have like a curve at the end, like a fucking walking stick?
Yes, it's got to be like
An old man cane.
I want you to take it right out of somebody's Christmas decorations.
Candy cane.
Yes,
dude. I bet you those fucking giant candy canes would hurt.
dude. What if
Those things are
somebody was
solid.
like, I'm gonna fucking and like just sit there and suck on a candy cane to get it nice and
Stab
sharp,
you
and then
with
fucking stab shit. Just sit right there.
That noise is crazy.
All right.
Crazy hot.
Continue.
He
Too
has
wet. Too wet.
he has a distribution center from LA, so I guess that's part of why I can get it. You know, you can get free shipping,
Nice.
and if you order before end of November, it's 10% off.
Now I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It's amazing.
They got sorted out for
It
you.
is.
What is
Oh,
this
it's
thing?
sorted out. It was unsorted, actually. Very messy. Continue.
No, I'm just loving this. I haven't even gotten the item yet, but I've seen a lot of examples of it. Like a lot of people have bought stuff
Dude,
from
what
this
if
person
it's
before.
super cheap? You get
Then-
it all floppy.
Then I'll come back on this show and shit on it. But right now it's been.
And you'll fucking fly to Singapore.
But I mean, I've
get a
seen-
cane.
like all these people have the XM and Prime One.
I mean,
and stuff
I'm
on
with
there.
you, man. It's
So
gonna
they gotta be
it's gonna
sturdy.
It's gonna be fabulous.
Yeah, and the owner
you're
is
gonna,
great.
and you're gonna like it so much you're gonna give me that other case.
You're right. he responded within 5-10 minutes each time I contacted him. I didn't even know it was the owner till he told me he was the owner. And he answered me on Singapore Thanksgiving Day. I'm like, why? You don't have to answer me the same day, bro. He
Dude.
said, I'm not doing anything right now. I answered all my customers. I'm like, oh, great.
Dude, I want to go to a Singapore Thanksgiving.
That was last week.
I'm good.
Or a couple days ago.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Like a meal.
I'm good.
Does every
I bet
country
it's-
have a Thanksgiving for something?
I don't know.
I know Canadians.
I mean,
have,
does
right?
everybody have something to be thankful for, Joe?
Not everybody.
Not one in Hong Kong, apparently.
Not in them little rooms, man. There'd be no room for the food.
we don't. We don't have photo tables. No one
You
has
know,
photo tables.
my neighbor just went to Hong Kong. She loved it.
It's good. Great place to
Yeah.
visit. Horrible place
she
to live.
said she walked, like her husband got a job and had to go out there for like 2 or 3 weeks. She was like, take me with you. Her mom came, watch the kids and everything. And she just walked for miles a day, just walked around.
Yeah.
Big
It's
old
an
white woman.
endless city.
Big old white woman looking odd as shit.
I'm
she said,
sure everyone's staring at her funny.
yep. And she didn't care. That's how she rolls. And she said that she went
Rolls?
to go to get, there's rolls. Foot massage. And so it was like fucking amazing. The place.
Little
and
Asian
you go in
hands,
this, like,
man. They're strong.
You go into this little elevator, and you're like, "This is where a horror movie is going to happen." And the doors open up, and it's like a giant meadow. It's like outside but
Oh, really?
inside, and like
That's where Hot Toys headquarters like that. It's in the
like-
middle of an apartment building.
It's fucking crazy. Fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Like
Anyway.
zoning is really different over
I
there.
can't imagine paying somebody to rub my feet, man.
You just
think-
don't,
I
I mean,
think
you're
she-
weird about that. You don't like people touching you. You don't want to pay people to touch you.
Unless
I think
they want
it was
to
like
touch
40,
Exactly.
$40
Can
for an hour and a half
can you?
massage.
Are you willing to pay someone who wants to massage you? If they want to touch you.
me. Yeah.
Dude,
then
massages
you
are
can pay-
amazing, bro.
Some people like giving massages,
care
man.
for it.
Oh, on the ship? On
No,
the cruise?
no. It was in the Carolinas.
But you're uncomfortable with the idea.
I was
of
uncomfortable with it. I was like,
Oh, I remember what it was. Never mind. It's right. I'll leave that alone.
I was like, I don't want you to. I don't want to pay for this if you're not into it. Like, I can't deal with the idea of paying you for something
Listen,
you don't want to
can
do.
Are you okay
listen,
with them
they-
faking it?
But
No,
Or if you can't tell?
no.
listen.
I'm not gonna
Most of
risk
the time, they don't ask you to lay on your
it.
back. They don't ask you to lay on your back and thrust your hips up.
So here's the funny thing is I was on my back for most of it, right? I mean, on my stomach.
Oh,
Yeah.
On my stomach. And then they were like, okay, it's time to roll over. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And they were like, oh, don't worry about that. You can lay on your stomach. It's fine. And I was like, no, I don't have an erection. I'm just not into this. And I feel very uncomfortable about the whole thing. So I'm just going to stay just like this.
Why don't you say, let's stop right now?
And then Laura was looking at me like,
oh, yeah.
you know, she was on her stomach looking at, like, her face was looking at me. I'm looking at her, and Laura's just like, you fucking ruin everything.
Can't take you nowhere.
It's not
Let's give it up for Laura, goddamn.
Yeah,
man.
oh, yeah.
She puts up with you, man.
Yeah, she's good people.
And lastly, I feel like I'm like packing up a piece of my childhood or something. I feel like a piece of me is dying. So like after buying these cases, I'm like reorganizing my house. And I mean, Krista was like, we've outgrown a lot of this stuff. We don't need it anymore. I'm like, you're right. All the blister pack stuff, a lot of the figures, a shit ton of my Deadpool stuff. And like, I took a box and started putting stuff in it. And I was like, I don't want this, but I do. And as
I wouldn't get rid of it because you're gonna have room in the new house.
where they don't belong out.
Not in this house.
It's like
I mean, the house you're in now is tight though.
In your guest
It
bath,
doesn't matter how big it is.
No, in your guest powder room, little shelves, they're perfect.
How did they get that fucking piano in your house? The back door?
They had like a little crane.
Yeah,
Right.
through the deck.
In through the back
They took
door.
they took the one of the railings of the deck off and they craned it up.
How much
That's
that
gonna be
cost,
a fucking
bro?
nightmare.
How much that cost?
I don't look at the price on things. Like I pay for it, but I'm trying to remember it.
Smart man.
You know, it's like,
Dude, you should just that
like
piano should
remember-
just convey.
like you either can do it or you can't. I don't want to dwell on it. It's like going to a restaurant. Like
I'm with you. I'm
see
with
that-
you.
see
You
that
don't need
meme?
to you don't need to explain anymore.
That one
I'm with you.
Asian movie where the
I
guy
don't look at people like that, but continue.
the guy was saying,
Racist. Sure.
I want to be successful one day. That means going to a restaurant and ordering food without looking at the price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm in that pocket depending on the restaurant.
I told you guys about that. I told you
McDonald's?
guys about that bottle of wine, right?
Which one?
Oh, I never told that story here. That's right. I was away in training.
Mhm.
Dude, this is a funny story. So I'm in this week training, right? And it's like
This is last year or like recently or like
it's recently, like March or April.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And so but it's like a train that it's like an instructor based training. So everybody there, we all have different jobs, but we're responsible for training people at our work, right? So, you know, you got to do all the, like the first day you got to jump up and start teaching somebody some random shit, like draw something out of a hat and like, all right, I got to teach somebody about this. Just kind of gets you in the habit of doing that. And at the end, you know, we get kind of close. We all have to work together with our projects. So it's second to last night, we go out to dinner. And of course, I'm like, I want to go to steakhouse. I love steak. And every time we would try to go someplace the whole week, you know, everybody kind of picked. And they're like, all right, Adam, let's go to this place, this steakhouse, let's go to this place. So we go there. And one of the girls there, she had like a really crazy life, man. And she just recently was widowed, got remarried and whatnot. But never used to drink and just started drinking. And she like never had wine before. So I'm like, oh, I like wine. And the instructor was a big wine guy. So the waiter came, it was really nice. It's like a Ruth's Chris, but like a seafood type of thing. They had steak as well. So I looked at the waiter like, hey, listen, what's like a good starter, like red? Because she's going to order a steak, you know, not like a Merlot, that's too light, like a Cab, or not Merlot, like not like a Pinot Noir, like a Cab or a Merlot. Something a
talking
little
fancy as fuck right now. I have no idea.
It's not. I mean, it's not super fancy. It's not nothing super fancy about that, right? He's like, "Oh, I got something perfect for y'all," right? So we all eat. The bill comes. He hands me my bill, and it's $400
for just the for
the wine was $350 bottle of wine.
God.
And I was like, "Excuse me, sir, excuse me." I was like, "What the fuck is this, bro?" Now I have to say, it was like the best glass of wine I've ever had. But I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." Right, so all that shit, like, you know, nice wine doesn't taste any different. I'm not buying that from this based on this experience. So he came back, and I'm like, dude, and everybody's like shocked, and it's like super uncomfortable because, like, you know, we know each other a little bit in this training thing, and like everybody partook in this bottle of wine, right? And he gives me the bill, and I'm like, dude, I'd have been all right with a $50 bottle of wine, but what the fuck do you think that you just bring a $350 bottle of wine? And the guy was like, oh shit, I fucked up. He's like, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. and whatever. So the manager came. He ended up comping the meal for us and everything.
He's like, you gotta pay for the wine, but I'll comp the 50.
No. He comped the majority of everybody's meals, right? But like, that was like, I was kind of wild. And I could have been a dickhead about it. And then I'd be like, I'm not paying shit. You know, go ahead and fucking call the cops. Because this is like some fraud shit. I can't imagine what you would have done.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great.
I would have been like, I'm just not paying for the wine. Like, that's it. I would have been like, I'm not paying for this.
I would have paid for it. It would have been my mistake. I didn't ask. Because
but-
price stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I hear you, Joe, but like,
there's some restaurant etiquette. Like,
absolutely.
you know,
I'm Asian. Like we don't want to.
don't have
You
etiquette.
would lose so much face, I guess.
Oh.
But that's not the thing for me.
you think I'm worried about being ashamed of myself?
No, it's it's just
That's what makes me
making
get up in the morning.
I mean, if I can afford it. I mean, obviously, if I was broke, this is a different story. But like, it's to make everybody uncomfortable. The waiter, the fucking everybody on the table. Like, I'm just like, oh well, I learned that mistake.
You ever look down at your dick when you're taking a piss and be like, man, this dick is almost 40 years old. It's almost a 40-year-old dick.
I've never thought that before.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for fucking it up for me.
I did it just the other day. I was like, man, this dick has been around for 40 years. Just digging it up.
Oh God. Yeah, so I like made sure I call my wife. I was like, hey, let's FYI, it's about $350 bottle of wine. Hope you're happy.
It was delicious.
It was amazing.
No, I'd say that to her.
And it would have been different if it wasn't good. But if you, like you said, if there was the best bottle of wine you ever had, man, like
no,
it is what it is. Man.
Listen, I'm doing well for myself. Yeah, I'm not the richest dude. I'm not the poorest dude. I'm very happy with what I am financially. It's fine. All right. But there's a point in time where there's an upward limit of where I feel like there's a waste. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously.
You know, like I feel
like $10,000 worth of little plastic dudes.
I don't know. No, Joe. No, that's
in box.
That's not an example.
Laying around.
That's not an example, Joe. But like, I think even if I literally won $10 million, I don't know because of how I was raised and my upbringing. Even then,
I agree. I wouldn't
spend $400.
I wouldn't
on a
order
bottle
it.
of wine.
I definitely wouldn't.
You know,
I'm just saying because of the circumstances. That's what I'm saying. You're in a nice steakhouse. You ask for a bottle of wine, and it happened to be really good and really expensive.
I would challenge you, Joe. I bet if we left here right now and drove around to all the restaurants in a 5-mile radius, I bet you we would have trouble finding a bottle of wine in a restaurant.
I don't doubt
$200.
it. No. Yeah. I'm not justifying the cost or anything. I'm just because I know how expensive wine could get, and that could have been.
That's probably one of those fake ass bottles too from that one dude in that wine documentary.
Oh,
I feel like we don't have Bobby's attention.
He's been really busy.
I'm trying to get through the notes.
Yeah. But anyway,
should have done that in the first show or the next show.
Dude, he hasn't stopped. He had to excuse himself to go take a dump earlier.
Oh man, you all right?
I'm like, man, he never told me that before.
Everything should.
Everybody hurts.
Friday at 5 p.m. My life should go back to normal, and it hasn't been normal since September 1st.
Why?
Because
all the shit.
Because I had Jaina's birthday, I had Baltimore Comic Con, and then I had the Halloween party, and then I had TFCon, and then I had the floors, and then I had double stacking this week to take care of next week that I'm off.
And the music video.
So like, when I get back from this trip, I should be fine.
You've done this to yourself.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm actually thinking about taking something else on that I
don't know why.
I'm gonna run past you guys after the show because I don't think I want to talk about it yet on air.
I mean, we already have a new show we're working on.
I want to hit him.
No. It requires.
Okay.
It requires nothing of you, and it requires nothing of you. It would be on me. It was just, do you think it is a good idea?
No.
Drop two things first before you do anything else.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. We're going to be talking about that next week. How like he starts a new collection, but the problem is he keeps all his old collections, so he just keeps piling up. Not as piling up. Everything's nice.
He everything is very well decorated and organized, especially right now. I feel like you've got the case situation taken care of, so it's not overbearing. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's where I'm at with getting rid of stuff.
Yeah. You might have too much stuff. You might have too much.
Like,
stuff.
Basically, if it's not a statue, if it's not a transformer or a model kit, it's going away. So or being put away.
Okay, fair enough.
So like anything less than $100 not getting put up.
All right. Continue your nerd week.
I mean, Mace. Mostly.
Mace.
Did you not talk about the tombstone in your dad's basement story on this podcast? Because me and Dante had a horror show and we mentioned it, and then someone commented that they
Oh, I don't know.
They didn't.
Maybe. Yeah, my dad's house. My dad has lived in 2 haunted houses. That's a fact. I don't know. Maybe that's a Patreon thing.
I think we could do a whole haunted thing on Patreon. Like
Yeah,
that.
dude. We've both had several ghost experiences.
Some odd shit.
Yeah.
So we'll put a pin in it. So
and then like listen, I would take a lie detector test for that. If somebody wanted like to pay for it, I would do it in a second.
But you can only ask those questions. Don't start asking me some extra shit.
dude, I saw the building you talked about because we.
It's spooky as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we drove past it. I was like, dude, this is the one.
Yeah.
And
You can feel
it's
it.
really
And it's
random.
out of place.
It's,
You can
dude,
feel
why
it
is
from
that
the
building
highway.
there?
Yeah, it's out of place. Like it's like this residential area and this
And there's just
weird
one
commercial
high-rise.
building.
And then what else? Yeah, packing my childhood. That's about it. Oh, and when I listened to you guys talking about statues on SCU, it was a little painful just because of how ignorant you motherfuckers are.
Me too.
You're like, is it Prime 1? Is it XM? What's the scale? What is the scale? How much do things cost?
I felt like I was trying to toe the line for the statue.
No,
crowd.
you were good. It was just the fact that like there was like to me at this point some obvious information that you guys didn't get. Like just the fact that where someone was like, I have no idea how much statues cost or how expensive they can be or why they're worth
Yeah, that was
much.
Greg.
I didn't want to say names, but okay.
Yeah, I mean it was. It was. How was your nerd week, Adam?
It wasn't bad. You know what, man? I had an interesting experience today. We were sitting around, like we have like a little morning, meeting or whatnot, and then we were just sitting around, kind of shooting the shit after everything was done, and some people went to go, do their shit, and 3 individuals started talking about cars, like nice cars.
You like those conversations?
No, I don't.
I hate those
I know,
conversations.
but
I want to get out of there immediately.
Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down.
He's getting triggered right now.
Do you know how much mileage this gets to the gallon? I'm like, Malar! Save us, Malar!
But that was my what I felt like on the inside. But dude, it's so interesting, man. How people get so uppity about shit once they can like afford it. Like one guy was talking about a Range Rover. He can afford a Range Rover because his wife does some crazy shit and got a good job, or Land Rover, or whatever the fuck.
Is that what the prawn is?
I think so.
It looks like it.
It does look like it.
Okay.
What's that?
The G1 Transformer Braun.
He's just
got like
doing a video on
He
it.
got a dickhead.
He does have a fucking dickhead
I hope so.
helmet.
He looks like a dickhead. No, I'm saying like his head looks like a dickhead.
Is it a joke? You think? They don't on purpose?
No, I think
It's
it,
shit design. That's all.
I think it was
G1 to a fault.
I think it was either it was or He-Man was, but I think one of them was an homage to the other
Man at
between
Arms?
Braun and Man at Arms.
Yeah, it's just like a fucking.
Well, I'm
dome.
sure Man at Arms came first.
What about Juggernaut?
Huh? One's 84.
82 is He-Man.
82 is He-Man?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Because Juggernaut has a dome thing going on too.
What?
Yeah, Juggernaut, but it's not as defined.
No,
he's
it's not just a
he's uncircumcised. I was listening to this podcast recently, and they were like, if you look at the Jewish marketing machine, he was like, think about it. Think about how good it is. It's circumcised and uncircumcised when it should be circumcised in a dick.
Yeah, normal.
I don't get it.
Like circumcision is the shit you have done to it, and then if they say if you haven't had that done, then you're not that. Where it should be, that's the standard, and you're the difference.
Oh yeah. I'm tracking.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Like in the conversation, somebody like they were all kind of talking about luxury cars. Like one person was talking about Infiniti, one person talking about BMW, one person talking about Range Rover or whatever. But I kind of got this thing, and I see it in the same community. Is like what you can afford sometimes dictates what you think your taste is.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
It's like, I don't really do statues.
because you price rate because you're not looking at them anyway.
Exactly. So because you have this like kind of like unconscious bias against them because you know that it's not a worthy endeavor for you because you can't make it happen, and like it just kind of hit me because we were just talking about some shit with statues and hot toys last week, and you were talking about how expensive those cases were, and I was like, damn man, these cases don't get to be the price of the items. You know, and just to display them, you're going to spend secondary money. It's a huge investment.
Well, this new case, that the items in it are going to be more than the case. Because I'm putting all the most expensive stuff in there.
Gotcha. But it's an interesting thing, and I wonder how much that changes us. Like, as your income potential goes up, you know, your collection is going to kind of reflect that in the stuff that you don't want anymore.
Because like Krista literally said, I think we've outgrown this net. I think, you know, taste-wise and financially.
You know what's, what's outgrown at your bank account, Joe.
I think that's true. You know, I mean, like he's saying, I think that's true across the board. You know,
with anything.
Yeah. Your house, I mean, everything.
Yeah. So it's just funny, man. It's like it's never enough. Anyway,
it's except for house size, that's a cap. Just because I don't think I can take care of it. Like I don't want to clean a house. I don't want to clean a house as big as yours, Adam.
Really? Get it cleaner then, dude.
I'm not getting
afford it. You're rich,
everything's gonna be behind protected glass. It'll be fine.
I don't want a stranger in my house.
Just get a Roomba and you're good to go.
We do have a Roomba.
Yeah.
I don't want a stranger in my house.
So just hire somebody.
I don't want someone to clean up my mess. It feels wrong to have someone clean up after me. I should clean up my own mess. I shouldn't be above cleaning my own shit.
Dude, it's just called
that's true.
Time management, dude. It's not about being above it or below it. It's like you.
No. I should make time for it. I should make time to clean my own shit.
I respect that. Like this is mine, and I'm gonna find the time to clean it.
Yeah, but
if I can't, then I shouldn't have.
When you take on more responsibility, eventually you realize you have to delegate other things to other folks.
I shouldn't take on so much responsibility where I can't clean my own bathroom.
We know. Well, you should pave your own roads, Joe. You should pave your own roads, Joe.
That's not mine.
Joe, you shouldn't be big enough. You shouldn't be big enough to put up your own power lines, Joe.
That's public property.
I'm saying, but at a certain point, if you're out there mixing the medicine for everybody and you can't,
I was in the basement thinking about the government, then in the basement mixing up the medicine. Little Bob Dylan on your ass.
So you know.
Oh, I had a conversation about this because my coworker
just make your own iPhone.
Is an optimist. And he noticed I'm a pessimist. I'm working overtime at a place I don't usually work at, and I like this dude a lot. And he noticed, he laughs about it. He thinks it's funny how pessimistic I am. And then I made him think of answer this question, and he was like, "You're right." So there's 7 billion people in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think a majority of them are thriving or suffering or not thriving? Like, as in, you don't have to worry about where your next meal come from, or where you shelter it, or not being hurt. Thriving, like we're thriving.
Well, I think okay,
not just first world countries, the whole world.
No. I mean,
IDK.
I think that being human, the human condition, is making the best out of we're looking for unavoidable suffering.
Doing more with less.
No, I mean suffering.
That doesn't answer the question.
Suffering is unavoidable. Right
or unavoidable,
right? But
unavoidable. That's what I'm looking for.
It's unavoidable for bad things to come and happen at some point in your life. But day to day wise, I'm thriving.
I think your question. I think it's a loaded question. I think your question. It's words that. No. I think that it's a play on words that doesn't really have the meaning I think you think it has. For example,
I know what I mean, but maybe I'm not coming across.
For example, I could say that there's a rice farmer in China that is calm down, that like produces enough food for his family, has a good social community.
That's thriving to me.
So he would be thriving.
Yeah.
So I would
he doesn't have to worry about getting shot.
Yeah, he's talking about people that don't have food and don't have a house,
or worry about getting shot, or
the hierarchy.
I mean, I think it's a fact that like poverty, starvation, and poverty has gone down.
Right. But that's not the question I'm talking about right now.
God, if this was Patreon, I have so many jokes.
No, like we could literally eradicate famine at any time.
Obviously,
yeah,
we have to.
So I would say that like if 5% of the population was starving to death, I would be surprised.
But okay.
So so what's your definition of thriving?
I mean, I explained it.
I don't think you did because I know
I got it.
He got it.
Maslow's. Don't have a home. Don't have food to eat.
Worry about dying.
Worrying about dying.
Exactly.
I would say it'd be a minority.
You think it's a minority?
Absolutely.
Because any war-torn country, the entire country is on the negative side of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think that worked? Do you think there's 300?
I'm not saying I don't have to answer. I'm asking.
You think there's 3.5?
No, he's posing the question.
Yeah, I think it's an easy answer. You think there's more than 3.5 billion people that are in war-torn countries?
But that's not a question either.
It is. You said the majority of people.
He was giving an example of
what
war-torn
would
countries
be-
would be an example where the whole country is in.
Then that's
you know,
the entire
let
population.
let
is
alone
not-
other countries that
like
have
North-
populations.
I hear
that are,
you.
Like North Korea, basically
hear
the
you.
entire country is not thriving, other than maybe a handful of people.
Yeah, North
Yeah.
Korea would be probably the 5% of the population. Less than 5% of the population.
Interesting. What do you think, Bobby?
I don't know enough.
Yeah,
I don't know enough about
know
it.
either.
I don't.
But
like,
the funny thing is, this
I think that
optimistic
perception
person,
is weird though. When I was going to Chicago, when we were driving to and from, I was like, this country is broke as fuck. Like,
yeah, anyone in the hood
just-
is not thriving.
I wasn't in the hood. I was just driving through the countryside.
yeah,
And I was just looking at like the homes and the businesses and the people living in the conditions. And I was just like, I just got to thinking like Maryland is a wealthy state.
oh yeah,
You know, like I was just, as I was driving through these other states, I was just like, dude,
I mean, even not all of Maryland. If you go further from the DC metro area,
yeah,
the-
like west,
the barrel.
the barrel.
The
Stay
barrel.
out of the barrel. You
Stay in the trigger.
You got to stay in the trigger or in the hang, the grip part. You can't go into the barrel.
you guys want to understand this next week.
Yeah, when the shell comes out, that's as far as you go.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was just like, man, this, and obviously they may still be thriving by your definition.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, when I think of Americans, I don't think of what I saw when I was driving through the country.
yeah, because where we live,
You know,
we're in the bubble.
I think of the Maryland area as being representative of the country,
Oh, yeah.
and it's not.
Yeah, it's a big middle piece.
Didn't
the
they-
flyover states.
Don't they say if you make like $30,000, you're like the 1% of the whole world?
I believe yes.
That means that's.
But like,
I don't know.
but
I
here's
don't-
here's the
I don't know
equivalent,
about
Joe. Like
3,000.
like in the dark ages, you know, people were living less than what the equivalent of was $2 a day, like 75%.
yeah, and everyone was fucking suffering. Back
yeah,
then.
like 70. Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
that's
all right.
the
So there's a author Steven Pinker.
Pinker, not 10.
Not Pinkerton, just Steven Pinker.
But Pinker, if you're nasty.
I like it, Pinker.
He wrote a book called. I just had it. I just lost it. Son of a bitch. Enlightenment Now. But he claims that this is the best scientific rationality, why this is the best time to ever live, and that we're
I don't question that
most
at all.
progressive, and he's actually an atheist dude.
Yeah,
And
I don't
the world
question
is
that.
getting better. He's very optimistic.
I believe the world's getting better too.
Okay, good. That's very optimistic of you.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an answer to that question, but yeah, I agree.
What was the question? That a majority of people are
Not
thriving?
thriving.
Yeah, the question is, are they? So like, so look, just to go to that, because I know you get caught up and you can't let go. If for 5 billion years, all right, it was 49% people were not thriving, and then this past decade it was 48%. What he's saying is still true.
Yeah, it's still better.
You know what I'm
It's better. If it used to be 1% and now it's 1.5%, it's still better, but it's still not a good number.
No. Okay, let me make this clear. I'm saying that up until the Industrial Revolution, probably,
Yeah.
that 75%, probably 80% were not thriving.
Yeah, right.
And now like 80% are thriving.
I don't know.
I just
80%
don't know what
that's
that number.
thriving.
I just don't know what that number is.
I don't know what the number is. It's just a question. But it's funny that the optimistic guy I asked, he immediately says not thriving. He said he believes the majority of people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you, when I was driving, I think that even these people are thriving by this definition. But when I was driving through the country, I was like, dude, I felt sad.
Yeah.
I felt sad. I was like, people are fucking poor.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, because even like when I see areas where we grew up that are poor, and I'm not talking about like the poorest of the poor,
Not like, yeah.
but like even
Not like
like
boarded up windows.
right, but like even like our trailer parks, You know, when I was driving through some and saw some of these trailer parks, I was like, this is different.
That's even more
This is
trailer park than
different.
your trailer park.
Yeah, I was like,
You had the
there's
nice
no
trailer park.
road here.
Oh, it's just dirt and then trailers.
Yeah, you know, I was like, people are fucking
Oh, it's literally like a
poor.
park. Not a. You live in a trailer neighborhood.
Yeah.
They live in trailer park. Yeah. I mean, like,
but
if you
they're
can't,
not.
if you can't afford like your own person, here's the thing: if you currently can't afford your own healthcare, I think that's not thriving.
I would I would say the fact that healthcare exists and that we have a concept of
Are you
healthcare.
talking about?
I think
that's
that
fine.
like
Yeah,
by
it's
nature is
different.
thriving.
It's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's
like
we're not talking about. We're talking about individual
All right,
people,
let me-
not the
let's-
concept of the world.
if you guys go out and rough it, if you go out for one night and rough it,
I'll probably die.
you might.
I
You
would.
might.
There in this temperature,
Like-
all I got is tank tops, bro.
Yeah, like I think that you guys' view of like there's been point in times where countries had to make propaganda posters to remind people not to eat their babies.
Yeah.
because eating your
That's
babies is
definitely not
wrong,
thriving. Yep.
right? Like there's no trailer park right now in the United States that has posters that says, "Hey, don't eat your babies."
No. But I'm not. My conversation isn't related to this.
Yeah,
my
same.
conversation is a side conversation.
No. I know, but like, so
Okay.
what I'm trying to say is even the most wrecked trailer park, right? The most,
But I said they were thriving.
okay,
He did.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why I feel like
No, I misunderstood you there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
You
I said even this trailer park, which is thriving by your definition,
Yeah,
it's
but
just eye opening
It's
to
poor.
me
It's poor.
that how poor our
Yeah.
country is.
Yeah. Well, and that frame has shifted. So what defines poor, has shifted.
No, I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just saying that like when you grow up in Maryland, you see the world a certain way.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
I get
that's
that.
all
We're
I'm
very,
saying.
We're blessed. We're very blessed.
Very
yeah.
blessed.
Yeah.
You know what else is interesting is talking to people and like, I think it's something that's specific to this part of the country where you grow up and you always feel like if nothing works out for you, like your dreams, like being a rock star or being an actor or, you know what I mean? You can always work for the government. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I plan on going to school and I'm going to try to be a scientist. I'm going to try to be a doctor. I'm going to be an astronaut. But you know what? If it all fails, I'll just work down Social Security. Because we grew up around all these government facilities and it's
Yeah.
part of it. But like that's not an option in a lot of places. When I talk to people from other parts of the country and I'm like, why don't you just work down? Like, well, there's nothing like that here. I'm like, oh, yeah, I suppose you're right.
Yeah, this
I
is
mean,
very-
we have people that lose
this
their
area
job.
is probably it's one of the safest areas to live in the country.
Yeah, when the
We don't-
recession hit, we weren't really. we didn't really
we're
feel
insulated we're insulated because of the government jobs. So the financial stuff is insulated. There's not earthquakes here. There's not a lot of tornadoes or whatever. There's not a lot of
Flooding.
super flooding or ice storms
it,
or
except
anything
for
like
LA
that.
City.
Yeah, but I mean, like that. But that's all we brought
yeah,
that
but that's
upon
our fault.
ourselves. Yeah, we fucked up the topography there.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, man. Like, I do think, and I'm not saying I'm not appreciative of all like your question. It's a good question, and I do think that there needs to be a little bit more appreciation about how much we do have, even.
Oh yeah,
when we had
I'm not
little.
saying
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
I know where we are compared to where we were.
I talked to some dude from another country, and I'm not going to tell where he's from and put him out there, but he was talking about the drug problem.
So it's a country with one person in it. Go
No.
ahead. Like, I know Sam, you sneaky fuck.
Anyway.
Sam from Uzbekistan.
It's not Uzbekistan. But he was talking about the drug issues in this country, and like kids would run drugs, and the police would shoot the kids. Like if you're like if you're 8-year-old kid that's running drugs, they shoot you right there in the street.
It's just that would fix all the
I
problems.
was like, no, dude, we just shoot the kids. Problem solved. Drug, just shoot them.
Just legalize all drugs, you'll be fine.
It's fine.
I think that will solve a lot of problems.
I think it would cause a lot of problems too.
Things
Cause a lot of
will solve itself.
But I also think shooting kids is not the answer.
Yeah, I don't agree. Nobody here agrees with that.
Well, legalize drugs or shoot kids. Which one? You pick.
I think that's a false dichotomy.
I know
Joe.
it is.
Right,
It
but
is.
if,
I mean,
if,
it's just
if,
for funsies.
but if
I'm
that was
saying
the
that.
choice, I mean, obviously, I would legalize drugs.
Shoot. Oh, whoops.
No, come on, man. My brother's struggling with a serious.
Just say no, Joe.
Anyway, how else was your nerd week?
All right, so
Sorry, I don't know why I came up with that. I'm sorry I asked that question.
So I watched a movie I haven't
We
seen
don't have much
in,
notes.
in a number of years. The Rocketeer.
Oh, so how did it stand up?
It was fine.
Did you like it when it came out?
I loved it.
Yes.
The special effects, because I've always wanted anything that
you
somebody's
like,
to fly.
you like that concept. Right?
That design is cool.
give it
Dude,
to
that helmet, the
Dude, helmet is
backpack,
fucking cool.
The flight jacket. And
The flight jacket is fine.
Like I was like, damn, how can I make that happen for the next Halloween
The
party?
horse riding pants, I'm not so sure about.
But it's not that. It's not as aggressive.
joking,
It's
just
not
joking,
aggressive.
just joking.
Because at first I was like, man, does he have those like hippie units?
It's just funny to say horse riding pants.
Does he have those I just call them the hippie units. Like, because how?
But they also go down like the leg. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, it's like a giant wing.
yeah. Like the Empire.
it
The
helps
Empire
him.
loves some horse riding pants.
It-
No horses in Star Wars whatsoever. All riding pants, getting ready to ride a
What's
horse.
up with that?
I don't know.
It probably helps stabilize his flight. Those little flat fabrics. on
Little
his-
aerodynamic wings. They're like little wings.
But like that movie stands up. It's not bad.
I like it.
The special effects, you can see like a little bit of the green screen stuff, but it's not bad. Like for 91, and Jennifer Connelly is just fucking gorgeous.
She's
man.
still beautiful, I think.
Yeah.
Ass to ass.
She's one of those women
Yes.
who I think gets more beautiful the older she gets for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
sometimes she gets too skinny though. Like
I
yeah,
agree.
Yeah,
I agree. She's
And-
definitely plump. in this
and
one. Healthy.
and she could
Healthy.
stand
A
every once in a
sandwich.
while.
Have a sandwich.
Every once in a while, not all the time, because it's part of her charm.
Okay.
But every once in a while, she could stand to have them eyebrows tightened up.
They're
Every
strong.
once in a while.
They're strong.
Every once in a while.
But everything's good. But it's, there's little funny things that you notice about movies now.
Mm.
Like older movies, not everybody's teeth are super ultra white.
Yep.
And you start to notice like that.
Not everybody's super muscular.
Yeah. And
It's seen more real.
Yep.
In a lot of ways.
Yep.
Or like they even when they're portrayed as being in shape, they're not like
Like
to today's standards. Like
No,
the
no.
dudes with the shirts off, and like nowadays you wouldn't be like, oh, but back then
I tell you, like I still,
I think we need to get rid of that.
you know where I get a little bit of that from in more recent movies, and I've talked about this here before, is Bane. Like when Bane is shirtless in the sewer scene,
Yeah.
like he's a big dude,
Yeah.
but he's not all super defined.
No,
he's
no.
just
No,
a
no.
big,
He's
strong dude.
burly.
And, like
Yeah.
that shit to me is like it's more horrifying, intimidating to me than when I see a guy that's all super. Because when I see a guy that's like his every muscle's defined,
They're not
I'm
po-
like,
that's
you
powerful.
care too much about yourself to get down. Like, but if
That's
I
a valid point.
you know, but
and he's probably have a headache because he hasn't had any carbs in a week.
yeah, and like
He'll probably fall asleep
like,
soon.
Like if you're measuring your carbs in a spoon, I don't think you can fight. I'm gonna put that out there. But
But
like,
what about those MMA fighters? They're pretty cut up.
yeah, okay, fine. I mean, there's exceptions to the rule.
I'm
I'm not saying
in the bar. Yeah, I'm worried about the burly dude.
the
more
big
than-
dude
yeah.
is just like this dude. This dude has gotten this big from hurting people. I feel like.
I mean, just pure weight alone, a 300-pound dude is going to hit harder than a 150-pound dude.
Oh, for sure. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying that, like, what seems more intimidating to me, what seems stronger
Yeah.
to look at, like in the sense of like measuring risk.
Yeah,
You know,
and also like the-
because that's how I view the world. Like I'm like with women, I'm sizing them up, and I'm like, am I attracted? Am I unattracted? And with men, I'm sizing them up and be like, if I got to fight this guy, is this gonna go easy? Or is this gonna go the hard way?
I wish I didn't do that with women, but I can't not.
I think it's biological.
Every fucking woman I come across in my entire life since like
it's-
4,
it's
I'm
a-
like, I'd fuck
Dude,
or I won't fuck.
This
And
conversation
immediately.
got me in serious trouble at the
Robert D?
Yeah, with Robert D's wife. Yep.
oh, do tell.
I think I've told it before here, but we just had a conversation, and I was just saying how it was all about the alien thing, like the alien planet.
With
You know, like the Buck Angel versus the
Yeah.
and
I fucked some people up with that here recently.
Yeah.
You'd be proud.
yeah, because
And they're like this. They're like,
it's an interesting, it's a just question.
this is what they say. This is what they say.
Yeah.
Oh no, man, I'm going with the dude. I'm going to do it. I show the picture. I show him Bailey J first, and I show him Buck,
Buck
Angel,
Angel.
and they go back to the other one. Everybody says the exact
Yeah,
same shit.
because it makes you evaluate
What's important?
what's important. But so like I was having this conversation, and I was just, you know, it was going away, and I was like every woman that I've asked, it has been a much easier question than the men that I've asked, which I also find interesting. And then we got into this question of how people view people.
What do you mean you asked the women what?
The Buck Angel versus Bailey J question.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you asked the women, do you think about sleeping with every dude you meet?
No.
Like, okay.
No, just the Buck Angel versus Bailey J. And every woman it's been. Don't do that.
Why
It's
would you tell
driving me
them?
nuts.
It's really dull.
It's fine.
Doesn't matter.
All it needs to do is cut tape.
I don't like it.
It's fine. Does its job perfectly. they just had an easier time answering it, and we got into like why that is, and then before you knew it, it just turned into this thing, and then like it became kind of like she was taking a very feminist stance. So which is fine, and I didn't even disagree with a lot of what she was saying, but her rebuttals were as if I was like anti-feminist. Like she'd had this conversation with anti-feminists, and she was trying to use those tools against me.
What do you mean?
Like she was arguing points that I wasn't making. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I wasn't coming at it from a feminist or or anti-feminist perspective. It had nothing to do with that. It was just about like, let's acknowledge how different people are seeing this, and that there's a trend. But she was arguing it as if I was taking this like women are more complex this way and men are more simple, and it's about this, and men are always like this and women are always like this, and I wasn't. But
they are. But they do.
But she was arguing it this way, right? And so like as soon as I realized what she was doing, and I realized that she wasn't hearing what I was saying. She was hearing conversations that she's had with other people, and was just arguing those same conversations again. So I took like this super weird stance that I would never take, really, but I was just like, look, I'm not sure if we should continue with this conversation anymore, because it's obvious that your emotions have been compromised.
You Star Trek there.
That you're not emotionally capable of carrying on this conversation, as if to say that women couldn't separate themselves from their emotions. And like, it was fucking working her up. And I mean, Laura texted Robert and was like, come back to the table. She's going to kill him. I mean, like, cause Robert's wife is a lovely person, and she's like, she's very kind and sweet and everything else. But I mean, I got to a point. I mean, snaps were coming out and heads were bobbing. Oh my god! Like
side to side head.
I worked her up so. And she was like a Thanksgiving turkey. I worked her over and basted that turkey.
And to be clear, I'm not talking about I fantasize about everyone.
No.
It was a clear cut thing.
It's a snap reaction.
It's a 0 or 1, and then you move on.
Yes,
but I wish I didn't have to do that.
Yes or no. Yes or no.
I wish it didn't come up.
And sometimes like maybe depends on the time of day.
But I don't dwell on it.
Yeah. No. It's just keep it moving.
It's weird.
Like, it's like yep. Ooh. Half off? The gobstoppers are half off? All of them? Like, oh, and yes, her too. Let's get a couple gobstoppers while we're here. You like,
yes,
like
it's like that, day to day.
Yeah, it's nothing.
24/7.
It's so mean. It has no meaning. It's just a reaction.
Yeah, it's weird.
I just do things.
Yeah, exactly.
How else was your nerd week?
So the movie was good. I watched with my youngest. She enjoyed it.
Good. I never cared for it. Like, I was super pumped to see it when I was a kid. I thought that because I think the design is so cool, and I was, it's fucking awesome. And
then I hated it though, right?
No, I didn't hate it. I was just like, that wasn't for me when I was a kid. I would like to watch it again too to see if my 10-year-old sensibility is a bit different.
Is it the era?
I think so.
Because I'm not into the era either.
So I think that I wanted more cool action badassery from it.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
Yeah, but now my mind isn't working that way. Like at the time that I wrote off The Rocketeer as not being for me, I probably also simultaneously liked Universal Soldier. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Reluctant, unreluctant. So where is that?
A reluctant hero?
Yeah. That's the thing.
This comes back to the conversation where you like cake more than icing nowadays.
Yes. But back then I was definitely into the icing.
Mm-hmm. I went through I had to scrape all the icing face off. Did that ever happen to you?
No,
just eat the icing and not the cake.
No. I had to scrape the icing off. I couldn't eat the icing.
No, I've never been that, but there was a time where I just ate the icing. When I was like 5, I fucked the icing up.
When I was 35,
fuck that icing.
We could have split all the cake and icing.
Dude, we would have been perfect even back then.
Yeah, there it is. That's fine.
Have you ever bought a tub of icing and just sat and eat it with a spoon?
No, but I have rocked a cake batter. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Also, I got through season 2 of My Hero Academia.
Oh, you finished?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
But the one you're talking about is not in that one yet. That's season 3.
Oh, is that? Oh,
yeah.
I don't know how the episodes pick up. I'm not sure if seasons are in 12 or in 25 episodes.
I think the first season is shorter.
Yeah, I don't know how to break that shit up.
Because I think season 2 ends at like episode 36 or 40.
Oh yeah, no.
something.
Yeah, so it hasn't come up yet.
So it hasn't come up yet, and the next season is subtitled. So I need to wait.
Yeah,
I need to wait.
I've
Sorry, Joe.
been conflicted about that too because I'm always for dubs. I'm always who cares? Why are these nerds like insisting on subs?
How come you don't have any dubs on your Fiat?
Fucking rivet counters.
You know who has dubs? That fucking Braun has dubs. But sometimes, but now I see things that I've read sub as dub. I'm like, maybe it is missing something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You guys and your subs and dubs.
I've heard because the funny thing
you don't do subs at all ever.
Is that you can go in there and put in the subtitles and listen to it, and you do see they say different things.
Yeah. And also intonation and stuff. Maybe it's because languages I think work differently. Just culturally speaking,
we have a different rhythm.
Yeah, exactly.
To our words.
So sometimes I think the Japanese stuff just like sonically, like Bobby would say, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's dude, I wish Smart Chris was here. He was explaining something to me about like when we talk, English speakers talk, it's like bump ba bump ba bump or some shit like that, and that like in how we formulate our sentences and stuff like that, even how we sound, like there's a common thread of how we talk and how we expect things to talk.
The rhythm is actually dun 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 dun.
But it's different in different languages, and I wonder if something is lost there as well.
I wish I knew more languages. I've really lately, especially after being on this podcast for a while, it's not even just to understand more, read more stuff. It's just I feel like it expands the mind to be able to have different tools. It's like you said, if you only have one tool, like you're limited. Like you only have one language. You can't think outside of the language because you're stuck with it.
Yeah, it's like Alaskans have like 50 words for snow and shit. Dude, you know what I mean?
Like yeah, like you don't have to say like sleets.
Yeah, like we like
freezing rain.
I read this thing and it was like they had like the mid-Atlantic area and we have like 15 words for snow. Yeah. Like in the Alaskans have like 50 to 100. You know, because they deal with it so much and it's so diverse to them. You know, and one different type of snow could mean something totally different to them than it would for us. So they have all these different words for it. You know,
speaking of snow, it's supposed to get 5 inches a night.
Like, yeah,
I heard it got brought down to 1.
Oh, thank God.
Just the fact that I have to keep saying when I say I don't like something, I have to say I don't dislike it. I just don't like it. Every time I have to say this all the time. You know, I feel like we're missing something there.
You just say it's fine.
Yeah,
perfect.
Because like I feel like it's very bipolar.
So, let me get into My Hero.
Yeah, how do you feel?
It's not bad. I do feel like it is strung out way too long. It is one of the slowest shows. I mean, it's not Dragon Ball Z slow, but like the whole first season is like 3 days of school. The whole second season, this is a little bit longer, so you have like the whole the sporting event type of thing, and then you finally get into some like real world shit. It's taken a while to get in things that are like there's some impact. So that's my kind of negative.
It's also a coming of age thing where you're seeing day to day life.
I hear you, but
because I don't see it as slow.
But like, it's not a coming of age thing when you have 20 people in the class and you take 20 different views of the same activity. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to know. I just need to know the main characters or the main protagonist. Like, I don't need to go through the. It's like you watch somebody taking a test, right? We can just like tell the story of the main characters, maybe one of the secondary characters taking the tests, and then everybody else can just be flashbacks.
But it's it's an ensemble thing. You're supposed to care about everybody.
I hear you,
because it's throughout. You're gonna keep.
You guys can carry on. Talk about the Superman thing. I'd like to get your perspective when I listen back to this.
Well, he hasn't gone there yet.
Motherfucker.
Because it's so slow.
It is. I mean, dude, it's almost 40 episodes in, and I'm still waiting for the scene. And I was trying to get it done before this podcast. Yeah. So now I do like Doku's like power. I like the fact that he's super powerful, but it destroys him at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Deku. That's kind of, and it's kind of interesting how he's kind of figuring it out.
Yeah,
I like the origin of All for One,
All Might, mm-hmm.
and then One for All is the other one.
Yeah.
So that's very weird. Very Three Musketeers,
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, the names are. I mean, All for One, One for All. It is based on the Musketeer. Yeah, obviously.
Is there a third person in it now?
No. I mean,
yet?
it's just the name is that way. It's a good catchy name that everybody knows what that phrase.
Yeah. So
And it matches what the powers are.
yeah, and I do like the hero killer philosophy. Yeah, it's interesting. But like the one thing I notice about anime is that people, they read into the most minute, like, oh, I see how smart you were because you put your phone like this instead of like this. When you put your phone like this, it describes your inner thoughts and your desire to be perpendicular to me.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, that's like it's a little over the top. Sometimes.
That is
sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Right. So I wouldn't blame that on anime as a medium. I wouldn't say even blame. It's just something you don't like about that culture specifically.
Well, no, Joe. Let's not say they don't like a culture. All right, you
They
calm
don't
down
like-
there.
I don't know how else to say. See, it's limited language.
It's a little over dramatized.
Because is it or is when
it's absolutely over dramatized.
when a culture is so how do you say it?
Pedantic,
I don't know
specific,
that word.
detail
when you-
oriented.
Yeah, every little thing does mean something. Like just how far you bow means something. Like which way you turn first means something. When the culture is like that, every little thing has a significance. I mean, have you seen the way the proper way to do tea and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So every little detail, it's a different culture. It's not.
I get it.
It's not an overly verbose or like
But like there gets to be like, all right, back in the day, when like the king and queen of France, their court would take turns like dressing them.
Okay.
Right, because it was an honor. But it got to be a point where the king and queen were sitting there shivering in a cold ass castle because their entourage were fighting over who's going to put what undergarment on them first. Right.
Yeah.
So there gets to be a point in time where it's just taken so far that it loses all utility and why the ritual or why the habit or why whatever gets forgotten. And I think, I'm not saying that's everything, but I think that needs to be recognized. And especially for storytelling, I think what I've seen and I've spent, I mean, the episodes are short as fuck. So say there's 20 episodes and I've watched 20-minute episodes and I've watched 40 of them. So we're getting to be a huge time investment. It's good. I'm not hating on it. It's just that's one thing that like I wish I can get into it more, but it just seems it's drags.
A lot of times I think it really is a cultural thing. Like you can't get over it.
Yeah,
unless you're brought up in it. Because like a lot of these things you bring up, I don't think me or a lot of anime fans even think about. I don't because I know when things are dragging. Dragon Ball Z,
conditioned to it.
Yeah,
I mean everything that you've shown me, I've really enjoyed thus far. This is by far the slowest show. By far.
I think part of the problem is everything I've asked you to watch before was self-contained and not ongoing. And this is an ongoing show, which they do take tactics to drag it out, like Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I,
mean,
I don't see it.
It's ongoing because it's not done yet. You know, how many seasons did Gurren Lagann have?
Gurren Lagann was self-contained. It was written as a self-contained story, one beginning to end.
This
is still going. The manga is still going.
Yeah, but it might not forever. There's a point in time when Gurren Lagann was still going.
No, Gurren Lagann was always that.
They released
it was written that way. It was released that way.
They released.
It was created that way. It was created that way. Like Netflix, you got this. This is a series. That's it.
Okay.
And no more. That
they dropped that.
It's like a movie. A movie. Like,
so they dropped book 1 through 10, and that was it.
It wasn't even a book. Gurren Lagann was just a show. Same with Madoka.
Okay.
They adapted to the anime later. I mean, they adapted to the manga later. But like things like One Piece has been going for 30 years now. Same dude.
I understand that some stories go on longer than others.
Yeah.
But you know.
So I don't know. I know when things are dragging. I didn't think this was. But you like it so far. I mean, that's the main point.
I do, and I do like All Might. It's interesting too.
I love All Might.
His whole thing is interesting. I hope he doesn't die. Like I don't know, but
keep watching.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I gotta keep reading now. Then I gotta read.
You don't have to. You can wait till next season comes out, whenever that is.
Yeah, it might be too long. I got to get through it.
I mean, did you see the top 20 books for October this year? Like how much manga is there in there? Mm-hmm. Batman is like number 3. My Hero's on there like 4 times.
Good.
I'm just saying, like it's
good. Listen, I like it.
You want to try this? Here, you can have it.
It's got sugar in it.
They ran out of white and water 0. It's 0 calories, so no sugar. You don't have to worry about that shit.
Still doing Whole30.
Oh, yeah.
The wife. I don't
What-
know.
what's
It's
in it?
got a bunch of chemicals in it, Joe. I don't know what it says.
Okay, I'll drink it.
Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but like obviously, I think it's more just in a nerd as a medium for nerds. I think it's more popular than a lot of people realize. Like a lot of people still think comic books are king,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I don't think it is. Manga sells, and especially the fact that comic books it's hard to pirate. Manga, you know how manga's released week by week, like in Japan.
Well,
like,
I think
like-
Pokemon is the biggest brand, right?
But the thing is, like, manga comes out every week, like 20 pages.
Uh-huh.
All mangas, like, that's dozens and dozens. By the next day, you can read them fan translated in English on computer for free. But people still buy that shit more so than comics. That just tells me how I didn't even know just how big the fandom is.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and all the cons they can support.
It's different. It's in the mediums change is different as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking like,
When's the last manga book that made $1 billion in the movie theater?
but it's movies though.
I hear you, but still, it's still a
We're not-
property.
it is, but we're not talking about that. Like, we're talking about as a like written medium or TV shows medium. Like, how many? You have a lot of TV shows.
I don't hang manga. Okay.
I'm not. I mean, obviously, Infinity War is one of my favorite things ever, and it made. We should looked up earlier. It's over $2 billion. That's
Dude, fucking Venom is at 700 million right now.
that is ridiculous.
Have you seen it yet?
No,
Do you want to see it?
for free
I hear
when
you.
it comes out,
I hear you.
whenever.
Actually, let me see if it's still out. You know, it's,
But I feel like more so than you and Bobby, I feel like I straddle more fandoms and age group. Like, I feel like you guys are kind of in the 30s, like, comic book crowd.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't know. I think
Because,
I watch a good amount of anime as well.
right, obviously you do, and I
Yeah.
loved it. That's why, like, I can talk to you about this, and I can ask you to watch shit that I would never ask Bobby to watch. But just the fact that my interest is very wide in genre and in age group. Like, I can enjoy a kid's show as a kid's show.
Funny enough, I have watched more anime shows than I have the DC cartoon shows in a while. I think there's 3 or 4 DC cartoon movies I haven't seen yet, like Gods and Monsters, Batman and I might have seen Batman and Son, the Harley Quinn movie I didn't see. I never saw the Dark Knight one. So all these DC movies, I'd rather.
I mean, I've seen a few and they were really good. I assume
They're not bad.
I think they're supposed to be really good, right?
I did watch The Death of Superman, but I was kind of like homework. That was the last one, but there's probably 4 or 5. You know what it is with the comic books? I just already know those stories. You know what I mean? It's like the same. It's like the same 5 stories over and over again.
It goes back to what I was saying before. My complaint about comic books versus anime as a genre. It's like it's a different. You finish with this thing, or you can read multiple things concurrently, and they're all different and new all the time.
Yeah, the archetype still.
I'm not arguing the archetype thing.
They still translate. I mean,
it's the reason why you're reading
like
Superman
this-
books and you're not reading
like,
the Bible. Because
like-
it's different. The same archetype,
I
both
am-
Jesus.
I am reading the Bible right
They're
now.
both Jesus, but you're not reading
No, like
them for the same reason.
Doku and Simone are the same character.
Basic.
Oh shit! Boom. You
Yeah,
know?
but they're not. Like you're reading you're partaking in something different.
yeah.
Like if like I said, if Superman and Jesus was the same exact thing, you can just read the Bible over and over and over again. You wouldn't read new Superman books.
Some people do that.
Some people do, but you don't.
They're smarter than me, probably.
Are
sure.
they? Are they?
Oh, dude, there's some fucking. Just remember, man, it was religious dudes that like unlocked the philosophy for Western civilization, as well as probably Eastern civilization. So anyway, but no, it's good. It's good. It's
yeah,
fine.
I mean, there's a reason why we partake in different things.
There, like I am excited about Titan, Attack on Titan. I think the new one, the season's coming out on that.
I've dropped off of that a few years back because that was slow.
Yeah, that
was
one
slow. Like,
but you know what, man? That is a lot of story, but I think the slowness with My Hero is the emoting. There's a lot of slow emoting.
all of the
God damn it, Deku!
All
It's
the-
it's just. But I think it's more than normal, man.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I'm used to that, but like I said, all ongoing manga animes have that in the anime. One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto,
They slow it down.
they all have to.
Yeah.
Because it's too fast to make an anime episode versus how long, like I said, 10 20 to 20 pages release a week.
Yeah.
you're gonna catch up to that in no time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they also have filler arcs, like arcs that don't exist in the manga. They just make a new side story just to put in the show that doesn't. That shit slows it down.
Yeah.
Like, they take this trip to this place. That never happens in the manga.
Actually, I watched the Full Metal Alchemist.
You watched Brotherhood? Brotherhood is a real one.
I don't know.
And it's shorter.
I don't think so.
Because what was an ongoing manga. And by the time the anime caught up, they were like, well, we're just going to write whatever. And it just went off on its own and didn't follow the original writer's vision. And then they remade it again after the manga was finished. But yeah, Attack on Titan just kept adding more and more questions without giving enough answers. So that should bug the fuck out of me.
You guys still talking about My Hero Academia?
No.
You watched Death Note, right? The anime.
Yeah, I watched all of that.
That was good, right?
That was good, yeah.
But that was another one of those things where,
I watched that shitty movie.
I didn't. You
The white people.
better man than me.
White people movie.
Like, that's another show where
So I knew it was going to be better.
But
it
was
wasn't. It wasn't.
it was worse. Where, like, if a
It
pencil
was
turned a certain way.
condensed. Like, I wanted more from it.
Oh, no, now it's too fast.
Yeah, it was too fast. There's no such thing as too fast, Joe. I'm looking for balance. I've always been about balance.
Bobby doesn't think it's too fast. The faster, the better.
Depends on how fast you want to run. When we go for a jog, it might be too
I
fast.
thought you raced to finish first on your back.
Oh, that, yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah, but that's
Like
not.
crab walk?
No, like having relations.
Think about it.
I think we can move on from our anime talk. That made me happy, dude. I didn't get to talk about anime much.
I
I got Cody into Gundam. He loves it, which means you'll hate it, Bobby.
I just
bought a
talked-
bunch of kids?
No, I talked to him today. I don't know how you guys got confused. He has just really got into the song Gangnam Style and was looking for advice on other hit pop Korean songs to get into.
That's not a bad tune.
It's not a
I mean,
bad
it's one of the
tune.
highest viewed videos.
What was that other one he had afterwards?
with Snoop Dogg in it?
Amato Pato Gentleman.
Yeah.
That shit was rocking too.
Yeah.
I would never listen to it like highway music for sure.
You roll the windows up.
Never through the street.
I've been doing some modeling here recently and some painting
And
some
driving.
flying, some driving.
Yeah, the paint job is good, but that's a stupid fucking looking model.
You think so?
Fuck yes. Show it to Bobby.
I think it's a pose thing. I don't think it's top heavy. It's not my favorite design. It's fine. It's
well,
fine.
it's
I think it's fine.
Okay.
I don't think it doesn't wow me. Like there's some designs at 40K like
Yes.
it just I don't know where they came from, but they're so good. Like the Terminator helmet design.
Yeah, the dog face.
Fucking
I love it.
That's what this is based off the original Terminator. It's huge. It's like this big.
Uh-huh.
But like the original Terminator had like the huge shoulder pads. They took that design element from some of the early artwork.
Yeah.
I don't think we.
I mean,
I like the original Terminator though. That looked like the thing from Fifth
The Mark
Element.
ones. Yeah.
The Fifth
Yeah,
Element.
yeah.
That's stupid
Yeah.
looking.
It is stupid looking. But it's
That-
kind
so
of
they
tight.
The
based that
original
design-
dreadnoughts were stupid looking also.
Kind of tight.
Oh yeah, with the angry face.
Dude, somebody's making one of those.
Oh, you guys
but
are
in the
doing
proper
group buy,
scale.
right? You guys are doing group buy on that.
Fuck yeah, I'm doing a group buy, Peter. Dude, this shit right here.
Dude, Palpatine memes are
am the Senate.
Palpatine memes are my favorite thing.
It's a picture of Hillary Clinton next to Palpatine, and it's fucking funny. I gotta give it that. I feel like I did something else. It's probably stupid.
but-
It's really stupid.
I'm listening to Unremembered Empire.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 40K book. It takes place on Ultramar.
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 Look at this.
It kind of looks like it too. This shit is funny, man.
It says Darth Plagueis sleeps, and then it says Palpatine, and it has a picture of Jim from The Office looking through the blinds.
Dude, it's fucking badass, man. Like those books are so fucking good.
Talk about slowing something that's dragging the fuck on.
No,
80
Dragging.
books.
there's so much going on.
80 books in, and we're
But
still fucking not
there's
going
action,
anywhere.
dude. It's not 80. It's not 80 books in a classroom
There's ac-
remoting.
That's action in every episode. There's action in every episode.
So, to be fair, I know what both of you are talking about.
Yeah.
Because I know I only read that 140K book, but I couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through it. I read Deathwing back in the day when I was
This
like
is probably horrible.
When I was in middle school, I was a middle schooler, so it seemed fine.
Yeah.
But I read that Blood Angel. I got like a quarter of the way through that Blood Angel book.
Those early 40K books like the Blood Angel and Space Wolf are trash.
Montours the Chosen walks through the cavern, his boots cracking on the bones of many warriors who had come before him and failed at the hands of destiny itself. As the blood dripped on his sword of souls, it poured into a small lake for an ant or other insect. I was like, oh, I get it. He's walking through a fucking rock. Let's move it along.
I lost interest in. I was reading a bunch of books, but I lost interest. Like when they had Mortarians throw a scythe on a chain at an airplane in the air, and he's holding it down, and Horus ran up the chain to stab the airplane. I'm like, I'm done.
That didn't happen.
Huh?
That didn't happen.
That fucking did happen. That fucking did happen.
It wasn't like that.
And
he jumped on the airplane, bro.
Yeah, he jumped on the flying airplane that was shooting down at them.
Yeah, fucking Mortarion pulled it down.
Yeah, he pulled it down. Just weight ratio-wise, that doesn't fucking work.
What are the chances they called him Morty when he was growing up?
I mean, like, that's some animation they try to shove into 40K that doesn't work.
Do you ever think about these characters doing regular everyday shit?
Like taking a dump?
Yeah, or like the Joker, like ordering like a hamburger from McDonald's.
Dude, or the Joker clipping his toenails.
Yeah.
So you get to see that in My Hero Academia. Just day-to-day life of superheroes.
I
Worrying about the tests.
I want my hamburger. I want it. I want my hamburger. I asked for it with no onions.
Dude, what do you think Joker's favorite meal is?
Onions disagree with me.
Where does he even get food from? Does his minions get him takeout?
But that's what I'm saying. Is that like, what do these people do?
Can you imagine him like sitting on a toilet bowl and wiping his ass like a normal person?
Exactly.
Dude, that would be a great little like mini video, like mini
slice of life Joker.
Yeah, slice of life for these characters. Yes, for all these characters.
Yeah.
Like,
we see Batman. We know he.
No,
he's
like
one of
doing his taxes.
Yes, but he's one of the more easily explained ones because Alfred handles everything.
No, but what about like when he's got to answer to the board about where $10 million worth of equipment went?
Yeah,
fire. Bruce, this is a third fire in the research and development section. It's risky. It's risky.
It's really some of the villains that are more off the wall, like especially unpredictable one like the Joker.
It's Heroes too. Like
they have an alternate identity that are
yes,
normal.
Yes,
so you can see them act like normal people.
Yes.
I can see Clark Kent going into the grocery store and ordering food.
Yes.
That's pretty easy.
Yes, I can. But can you see him masturbating?
Taking it away.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and he has that.
He might not. He's an alien.
That's true.
He's not like us.
Can you see Batman masturbating
angrily in the dark?
Lotion, sir? Never.
I want to feel the friction, Alfred.
Never.
Oh, like Catwoman going to the gynecologist.
Yeah, like it's just stuff like that.
How do they
gynecologist? Jesus Christ, I can't talk today.
How do they go to the bathroom underwater? What the fuck does Aquaman and co do? They just poop and let it float out.
Like Darth Vader, like brushing what's left of his teeth. Like in the little chamber. Like
he probably has a little robot arm that does it for him.
The plaque. I don't know why I went to the Emperor. But what about the Emperor doing it?
Yeah, flossing.
Well, he has minions.
Yeah, but they don't floss his teeth. You know what I mean?
It doesn't look like they do, so it doesn't matter.
Lord Vader, I've been using the same business card to get between these two teeth that have become ever so troublesome in the past few years. Do you happen to have a fresh one, Lord Vader, that I can get this? I got a little, the little cows that you rode on Naboo. I have a little piece of that cow meat stuck between my incisor.
Can you imagine him going to the dentist?
Yeah,
he's sitting in a chair,
lying in the chair,
like putting a little bib on him.
Yeah,
a little bungee bib.
How have things been recently?
Terrible. A small band of rebels destroyed my entire space station.
Oh man, who else?
Darkseid.
Oh yeah, but we don't know what he does. He's an alien.
Yeah, that's true. Don't know if he eats or poops.
Yeah,
he can photosynthesize.
All that kind of
stuff.
As
my grandmother once said, if it eats, it shits.
I wonder about that sometimes. Like those characters, like living their regular lives. Like
maybe they don't have regular lives.
Like the Emperor just waking up in the morning. Like,
does he sleep?
hit snooze for 15 seconds. Give me a minute. Like, I'm exhausted. All this traveling.
Imagine Barry Allen's like food bill.
Yeah.
Oh
Right?
my God.
Yeah. How could he afford it?
For the metabolism alone.
Yeah, man.
100,000 calories a
I
day.
think he steals like a little bit of food from everybody. Like, and I do enough for the city. I can steal an apple.
He can catch stuff though. He's so fast. He can just catch fish and I guess you have to cook it, huh? But he can catch anything he wants. Though.
Oh, miss, I have a weird bump on between my testicles. Miss, I better have a look-see.
I mean, Batman's got to get a hemorrhoid every once in a while, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Alfred,
Hernias.
Alfred, I need some preparation H.
Lance this bitch.
Alfred, my anus is itching me. Does it burn, Master Bruce? No, it itches, Alfred.
Like Solomon
Just
Grundy.
itches.
What the fuck did Solomon Grundy do?
Do you see a little blood on the toilet tissue?
Jesus
Do
Christ.
you need your bat donut, Mr. Bruce?
It's wings.
That little handle something to hold on to.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's great.
yeah, it's horrible. That would be the most uncomfortable.
I think so many of them
Yeah.
would be super weird and awkward, to like remotely be around.
Dude,
I
if I
think
was
that-
like Beast Boy, I would turn into an animal to poop sometimes just for the difference of it.
Just shit like a bird, shake your butt first, and bloop.
Dude, Beast Boy, I wonder if
I wonder if he fucks animals.
no, but I
Well, they
wonder.
He could though.
You don't think so? Like turns into a tiger,
But like
goes,
he
have fun
gets
with
their
a tiger?
strength, right? Like if he's an elephant,
yeah.
like his impact. So like I wonder if he's ever getting it,
He just turns.
and then just gorillas up.
Girls got little dicks.
Yeah, but
But it's not, just ratio wise, it's not that. Are they 3 inches?
That's like 2 inches.
oh really?
Yeah, gorillas got the smallest dick and testicles of all the primate
I
species.
thought it was just in comparison to the size.
How do you know so much about gorilla dick?
The more it's about sex, the more like
Either
the more
way.
I know what
promiscuous,
sex-
the more
Either way.
the more promiscuous primates are, the larger their testicles actually is. And
Because you need more jism to overcome
Yeah.
who is jism.
yeah.
And the
I was
womb.
watching Borat clips with Jaina yesterday. Why? Well, like only ones that I knew were
Oh, okay.
safe, and it was just funny. 'Cause she was like, I like this guy a lot, and I was like, yeah, me too. And then she like tried to do this impression of it, but it was trash. And she like stopped halfway through. She's like, I don't think I'm good at it yet.
Practice.
My nerd week was just busy as fuck. Just doing reviews and videos and podcasts.
2 hours in, and we're now getting to your nerd week. Holy
Yeah.
shit! This is a record.
They get a bunch of other stuff. 40K wise.
Oh, yeah, not a waste at all.
Not always. The
Are you
Black
going to
Suns-
open that box ever?
What, the Speed Freaks?
Yeah, probably not. Right? Not a waste.
I don't really have much to report.
That's it.
I've
Really?
been watching Making a Murderer still.
Can't get into it. What about Daredevil?
Nope. I'm going to finish.
Maryland Phil hit me up. Was like, dude, you need to give it a
Yeah,
chance.
me
It's
too.
good.
I gotta finish Making a Murderer first.
How far are you in?
5 episodes.
Okay. About the same.
Yeah.
I stopped at 6.
Yeah, it's not as good
It's not as good. It's depressing as fuck.
because you already know the story and nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are they just
Yeah.
milking it for another?
Yeah, that's what it seems like for where I'm at anyway.
Well, I think the stuff with when the lawyer starts doing some of this like testing,
Yeah,
recreation testing, that was interesting. But that's only like episode 2.
yeah, and she does a little bit of it, like she's doing the sink, like the blood splatter on the sink.
I don't think I got that one yet.
Okay, that's episode 5.
Okay, maybe I'm only 4. When do you meet his new fiance, Steven's new fiance?
Well, you meet the one.
Yeah, that breaks up with him. And
leaves
then like
him.
there's a younger one.
Yeah, I don't. No. So you meet the original one that breaks up with him.
Yeah.
Then you meet the new one that's younger, and
Yeah.
then she breaks up with him.
Okay.
And I don't know.
I
about
haven't
the third
gotten
one.
there yet, so maybe you're ahead of me.
Okay, all right, that's early. That's early. But like she breaks up with him on Dr. Phil. Like she
No,
goes.
that was the older one.
No, this is the second. Yeah, but well, maybe she's older, but it's the second girlfriend. It's the second girlfriend,
Oh, I don't know.
and she uses that for like to advance her career and all this shit. Like she was just in it for the dough to begin with, Like, or at least that's the way it seems. I
Well,
don't-
maybe that's. I don't know.
But yeah, that's all I've been watching, and I haven't been able to watch much of it. I saw a little bit of Incredibles 2, but I had some shit to do.
It's fine.
Yeah, so I caught like 10 minutes of it, and I was like,
I did watch more of The Good Place, which has been fun. I haven't had much time for TV.
I haven't had time for shit. But after
what happens.
after next week,
But you're gonna put something else on your plate.
yeah. But it's not going to take a whole lot of time.
Oh, I watched the new season of British Baking Show.
Oh, really?
I'm surprised there was another one now. There's a bang Indian girl on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ruby. What up, Ruby?
And there would theoretically be a lot on the back end of that as well. Pikachu.
Detective.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, man.
How'd it look? I didn't watch it.
Dude, it's awesome.
Some
It's
of
awesome.
them are horrifying, and I love it.
Dude, it's awesome. Just want to confirm.
Not right now. I'm gonna be up soon. We're gonna have dinner and stuff.
Just want to confirm with you.
Wheels.
On the bus.
Go round,
Go round and round.
round, round and round.
You don't need wheels. Are you sure? Maybe they're cut up car wheels to make smaller wheels. Hey, you're eating them, not me.
Well, they're not made out of wheels.
Pasta.
Yes. Daddy is correct. You are wrong.
Yeah. The I think Pikachu looks cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. So the whole, you haven't seen it.
No,
The whole premise
Uh-huh.
is that this kid can understand Pokemon, and Ryan was like, "Listen, I know you're not gonna hear, you're not gonna understand what I'm saying. You're just gonna hear Pika Pika," and then like you hear somebody else, and they're like, "Oh, it's so cute. Are you gonna understand?" Yeah, Pika Pika. You know, so everybody else hears just the names, but this kid actually hear what they're saying, and it's Ryan Reynolds' voice. It's perfect. And
Love it.
The
Is that
idea
based on anything?
No.
the idea of a Pokemon movie, like a live action, I thought was stupid. I want to go see it now. I'm sold.
But that is the case, though. They are speaking when you only hear the
No,
names.
I know that. I know that. How many Pokemon are in the trailer?
20.
Really?
That's a good
Yeah,
amount.
it's a
That's
lot.
a fucking
It's a
good
lot.
amount.
Let me watch it real quick.
Dude, Jigglypuff is fuzzy. I didn't know that.
Jigglypuff's in it?
Oh yeah, dude, you missed out.
No, he got excited at his face.
What? All right.
Just
so,
maybe Ryan Reynolds can't do anything wrong for me.
so I think it looks great.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I love that.
But I get the feeling if I was super into Pokemon, I would think it was super trash.
Oh really?
I don't know.
I get that feeling. Like I get that feeling like if the equivalent, like whatever this is to Pokemon, if I saw the equivalent for Batman, I'd be like, do not. We will never discuss this again at this table. I get that feeling.
Interesting.
Like a real hardcore Pokemon fan would be like, he's gonna talk to this guy. That's dumb. You know, like I don't know. And I may be way off. I'm willing to admit that, but I get that vibe from it. But I'm in because I don't give a fuck about Pokemon.
My friend base is much wider than yours, and this
I
fandom.
got more friends than you.
No,
So your friends are trash.
Wow.
just saying, I haven't heard any bad things. I mean, there's
yeah,
some
but
funny memes.
do your friends also like Pacific Rim or just you?
I mean, you're talking about the target demographics, and I'm friends with the target demographics.
Do you think that's the target demographic of this?
No. People who love Pokemon. You're talking about people who love Pokemon.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a target demographic of this necessarily. I think that this
I
is
think
like,
it's that they're definitely trying to capture that because it's the biggest franchise in the world.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But I
They're
think
trying to alien the biggest franchise in the world's fan base.
no.
that's
But
probably
I
got
think
you there.
I think they're looking at kids. I think this is for younger people.
I mean, it's part of it. I mean,
I think
at this point, it's people just about
What's it
all
rated?
ages.
I think they just want to make a great movie.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing. They're like, you know what? Win, lose, or draw. Let's just make a great
like-
movie.
Because when we were kids, this was out. So like from us as kids to these kids nowadays, it's still
Garbage Pail Kids.
but they're not around.
That's no. That's the vibe I get.
I haven't seen that in a while, so I don't remember.
It didn't. I remember watching it. I haven't seen it in a while either, but I remember watching it as a kid, and I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Really?
This feels off.
Did Ninja Turtles feel right?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Ninja Turtles 3.
No.
Not Turtles in Time.
I don't think I watched 3. Is that a 3?
Yeah, it's really
don't
bad.
do it. Don't do it.
But yeah, Ninja Turtles felt right, but not everything did. You know.
Yeah, but it was still hit the buttons.
Fuck! I wanted to say something else and I lost it.
Let's see what else. we
Oh,
have.
dude, I got such a great idea for you for a Christmas present. It might be too much. It might be too much.
Cost wise,
It
or
makes me want to move your gift to birthday.
This isn't a good one.
Oh, okay, good.
too much as in too offensive. Too bad feels.
I almost just want to tell you about it because
Don't do it. Just do it.
No, because it's too expensive
To dick around with.
A
to
really
dig around
expensive
with.
joke.
Yeah, it's good. It's like
I'd pay for expensive joke.
maybe I'll tell you about it then. It's really good though. I'm going to tell you about it.
Okay.
A life-size cardboard cutout of Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't make it. It wouldn't make the cut. I'm saying it's just too much real estate. It would be funny. It would be
The thing
funny.
is, I wouldn't like give it to you in a package. It'd be set up. It'd be set up someplace. But it's $75. It's
Right,
too
yeah,
expensive.
it's too
for
expensive for a prank.
Oh, that'd been so good though. I would have had him sit outside looking in the window like this.
You
And
wouldn't.
it's not Wolverine. It's just Hugh Jackman in a suit.
You wouldn't stand him in your room during relations just to spice things
Oh
up,
God, man, so funny.
just for one night before you throw it out.
How
No,
long would
it wouldn't do anything for anyone.
how long would it last before you put it away? Like how long would it stay?
Put
out
it
here?
away?
Yeah,
It's not going away. It's going away.
and you throw it away.
Yeah,
Like how long?
I would leave it up for the holidays.
Dude, if you
So, like so, it would make it in the closet. Like it
No.
packs up like this.
No, it's going away.
like you
No,
wouldn't pack
it's
it up.
going
If
away.
you wouldn't pack this up,
Going away.
if you left it intact and put it out with the trash, you think someone will come by and swoop it?
No,
Not in this neighborhood.
but we'll find out.
so any volume of Hugh Jackman is too much for you to fold up and put away.
No. Like if it was like some like
You already have an artwork and
Yeah.
a sat and a
it's
Crazy Toys.
there.
and,
you know what I
Crazy
mean?
Toys.
It folds smaller than that whiteboard.
Yeah, but
Like half of that whiteboard.
Yeah, but in order to
Thickness.
in order to get any usage of it, really,
Yeah.
I'd have to have it out, and I'm never gonna have it out. 'cause
Every
it's
once in a
just
while.
too
Every
much.
once in
No,
a
it's
while.
just too much real estate. It's just
Every
too
once
much
in a
real estate.
while. Like this.
No.
Watch.
It's out of here. Yeah, I would leave it up until January 2nd. January 2nd would be.
And
the
you
cut.
bring it out next holiday.
No.
Never again.
Yeah, no, I would throw it away.
Skullfest.
No, I would throw
He
it away.
wouldn't last for the gag of Skullfest.
No.
You're a party pooper, man.
Yeah, I just don't have the space. Be fucking around with Hugh Jackman.
What if I made him waterproof? He sat outside the door, so it looked like Hugh Jackman's always looking in the basement door.
Maybe.
That's a different game. If it's waterproof and you just
Maybe.
can stand outside, that's a different
Yeah,
game.
maybe.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, yeah.
Laminate that bitch.
So, in Marvel Comics,
Oh, nice. 2 hours.
it looks like Wolverine is going to get the Infinity Gauntlet.
Dumb. Stupid.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
See, to me, I think that's cool, but I think it's cool in the same way that Batman got that chair. Remember that in Dark Side War when
you see-
Batman got like the chair of knowledge or whatever, and like he sat in it, and like everybody's like, like the whole Justice League is like, okay, this is the worst possible scenario that could have happened, but now that you're there, ask the questions on how we save the universe and fix all the problems, and da-da-da. And he's like, who killed my parents? Who's the Joker?
Yeah. Of course, I'm a god.
Shit was fucking awesome.
Why did he get off that chair?
I don't remember.
You see what I commented on there?
No.
So, Rob Schneider is the stapler. But it's just the
obviously it's a ploy. Obviously it's a marketing
It's the same. Who hasn't fucked who? And in
Calm down,
Marvel
Joe.
or whatever. Who hasn't gotten what power? Who hasn't lost power and who hasn't died?
I heard-
it's just over and over and over again.
Aunt May and
but-
Peter.
If
Oh shit!
I might have a little piece of it because I did you read the article?
No, I saw the picture and I was
I'm
like,
gonna
dumb.
give you I'm gonna give you one little insight into it that might save it for you.
Okay.
In
Razor claws.
no, razor blades and with the blood of a three-toed sloth.
Did you say laser claws?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Can you work together as a team, Karen?
The virus. That was my favorite. It's the pause.
I love. There's some. But one of my favorite things is in that first one when he just like looks over at the guy and goes,
Just watch it right now. All right.
So
Insight.
Yeah, the insight. There is a whole splash page in it, supposedly, where it's just him going
Emoting a lot.
yes, because he's anxious.
I get it.
I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm in. I'll read it.
Of course you are.
Origin Life. Also, Marvel Comics revealed the Infinity Stone's origin recently.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Was it? What was it?
So basically, the Celestials are like mining the raw materials to make the universe and the Infinity Stones, like billions of them there.
Oh, okay.
And like Loki just like sneaks into their realm one day. He's like, "Oh, what are these?" And just picks up 5 random ones, and those are the Infinity Stones.
It just happens to be 5 different ones.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's dumb because like he happened to pick the
The 5 fundamental ones.
Yeah, and then like also that they're all different colors, and you know,
I don't like it.
That's why the movies are doing so well compared to the books.
dude, it's so good.
It's like living with Jigsaw.
Not as cool as you think.
Not as cool as I thought it would be. I want to play a game.
Okay, well, I want to take a shower, so...
The toilet has been clogged with 2-ply paper towels and dirty socks. If you do not fix it in the next 27 seconds, it will overflow, covering your personal electronic devices in filthy toilet water. To reach them, you must walk barefoot across a floor covered in razor blades. The clock is ticking, Gary. Make your choice. The wine in both your glasses has been replaced with the blood of a 3-toed sloth.
Gary. So good.
With a little hand.
I like when he thinks he's woken him up for a second, and then he stops, and then goes back to it.
What do you want? Oink. What? You are completely surrounded by armed mousetraps.
It's such a good
The
classic.
keys to your car have been force-fed to Bingo. You must retrieve them in the next 5 minutes using any weapon of your choice.
It's all ice cream scoop.
Or you will not make it to the office on time. The choice is yours, Gary. Will you take the life of your best friend or be late to work for the 4th time this week?
So good. So good. The Office one is good too.
Oh god. There's another one we saw in The Office.
Yeah, but it's not good for audio. It's a
I've
big
never
visual.
seen that one.
Yeah, that's where it's like we work as a team, Gary.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, dude, watch it next.
Fuck.
The last note, and then we're done.
Oh, that's it?
Oh, we had one question afterwards,
Yeah,
but
just pull up the emails in there.
Rogue series. They're having a Star Wars series about the life of Cassian, and they talk about him.
Solo Jr.?
They talk about him growing up during they say the time of war, and like if you do the math, it probably means the Clone Wars, which is fine. My issue with this because it's going to be the guy, right? It's going to be the guy, Cassian, the actor.
Oh, okay.
My issue with this
Which guy?
is the same issue I have with all of this shit, which is get me the fuck out of this era.
Time era. Yeah.
I want out of this era. I'm good. 4 through 6, I'm good. Give me 1 through 3. Give me 7 through 9. Give me 6 through 7. Give me 3 through 4. Closer to 3.
But isn't this a 3?
Yes, but it's not going to be closer to 3. It's going to be closer to 4.
Yeah.
I'm out. Like I'm good. I am satisfied with the content from that time.
Well, it's playing it safe. Like 4 through 6 will always sell, I think.
But the problem is, when will safe become uninteresting? Is Solo a sign of safe being uninteresting?
I mean, it still did well. Compared.
No.
I thought it still made money.
No.
Okay.
They lost
It lost money? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
a lot. A lot.
So that's it. And then the question from Paul C. I will.
We only have one question.
Yeah.
You guys do the questions on the episode 69. Oh,
I haven't been posting.
He said apologies
Now
for
they're
lack of a
replaced.
question last week. Been going through some shit. Oh, dude, look, Paul, we're just fucking around.
Priorities, bro.
Take care of your life.
after you give us a question.
Who in our current generation do you feel will have the kind of everlasting impact on pop culture that Stan Lee had?
Oof.
Because,
Kanye West.
Because this is NRR, let's make things a little bit more challenging. Let's take George Lucas off the table. We can all agree that his work has created universes worth of material that generations will enjoy. Who else, if anyone, can have a comparable impact at the end of their life? If you have already answered this question when you inevitably talk about Stan Lee's passing, here's another. Do you want to just bank this other one for next week? So give Paul a chance to...
No, it's not.
All right, well, let's do the Stan Lee one first then.
I mean, maybe Stephen King.
Yeah.
George R.R. Martin, I think, is...
R.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think he's definitely made fantasy cool.
Oh,
Peter Jackson didn't?
No.
Lord of the Rings didn't.
No.
The success.
Dude,
of, you think?
dude.
No. You think the success of Lord of the Rings didn't play a part in
My man says this.
didn't play a part in them
No.
ordering the Game of Thrones TV series?
No.
I think it 100%.
It may have had the success, but it didn't have the pop culture impact that Game of Thrones.
No,
has
I'm
had.
saying.
It's gonna hit you in your lip.
I'm saying it's because Lord of the Rings was a success that we got out of Game of Thrones.
I don't agree.
Maybe I think that's one of those things that's impossible to say. Like, but maybe I'm willing to go out on that limb.
I don't think The Hobbit was the most recent Lord of the Rings stuff being The Hobbit. I mean, the Lord of the Rings.
I'm
that
just
shit
saying
is
the original when it first came out, the first 3
12 years ago.
that changed landscapes. Like when was the last time we had an epic that of a nerdum that did that well?
Well, my argument, Joe, was if it was so successful that changed the landscape, it wouldn't be 12 years between that shit. Like we would have had more consistent, like Lord of the Rings, like a Lord of the Rings nerds. I don't think Lord of the Rings had the impact that Star Wars did. For the time.
I'm not saying that.
You know, I don't.
There was also a lot of things. How long was it between episode 1 and 6?
You can hold up a picture of Darth Vader, and everybody knows who it is. If you hold up Saruman, people are gonna be like, I don't know.
understand, but he was saying like there's such a time period. But like between 6 and 1,
I don't think that's necessarily indicative of that. But I do agree.
Not that I'm a huge fan.
I'm kind of in the middle of the road with this. Like,
And I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I'm
being
willing,
realistic about it.
I'm willing to say that maybe without Lord of the Rings there'd be no Game of Thrones. I'm willing to say that, but I also think that Game of Thrones has tapped into normies.
Yes.
And Lord of the
100%.
Rings did not.
Did it not?
Not in the same way.
No.
I mean, did it not grab normies? Or was it only nerds that watched the Lord of the Rings?
No. But not in the same way.
No. I'm saying that
There's normies that don't care about any of this shit that have Game of Thrones
stuff,
discussions.
They have Game of Thrones tattoos.
Now they may have seen, and they're naming their kids fucking Khaleesi. Do you know what I mean?
That's gonna be trash.
But and they may have gone to the movies to watch Lord of the Rings, but they're not naming their kid Gandalf.
No. But I'm saying as in the culture, it broke the ground.
Now, Joe, I'm going to give you.
I'm willing to say
if you're saying that Tolkien books had an impact on George R.R. Martin's
whatever his name is,
novels,
of course,
I can agree.
All
to that.
fantasy does.
I think all
D&D is
I
based
think
off Tolkien.
all fantasy written after Tolkien took Tolkien.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that. I mean, I'm not saying anything about him. I'm just saying that those movies, while they were successes, don't get me wrong, and people,
successes.
You know, I think the one thing is they came out every year, right?
Something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah, every year
For 3 years.
And they came out. Everybody, it was enough to keep people interested. They got through it. It was done. It was great. Blah. Yeah. And then what? I mean, when did Lord of the Rings come out? That was like 2001.
It was during the prequel era, so
Might have been earlier.
it was during the same.
Hey Siri,
Well, the prequels ran for 9
when
years.
did the Lord of the Rings movie come
Yeah,
out?
like, or not. It couldn't be 9 years.
It's a while apart.
It was 99 through 2005. So
6 years.
6 years. Yeah, 3 and 3. Yeah. 3 years to make the first one that you don't realize. That's where my 9 is coming from. So, yeah, I like during that 6 year run, Lord of the Rings start and finished.
So 2000, it came out in 2000.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So 2000, 2000.
One
No,
and two.
2001, 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
And then the Hobbits did not do great.
I think they
were-
did fine.
They did fine.
I don't think they impacted at all though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It didn't break any new grounds.
Yeah.
I
They
feel
did
like
as-
Lord of the Rings did break
They did
ground.
as well
Definitely.
as the
And
Aliens
that's what I'm
movie.
saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Lord of the Rings movies definitely broke ground. I mean, like they were winning fucking Oscars and shit. You know, they won best. I think Return of the King won Best Picture. I
Did
think, or Best Director. It won like some big ass award.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I think that the impact of Game of Thrones, like if we look at impact
Game of
overall,
Thrones mainstream.
yeah, if we look at impact overall, obviously it's Lord of the Rings because you're looking at a longer history with, you know, huge ramifications and influences throughout, like interwoven throughout history. But if we're looking at the effect of those films versus the effect of the Game of Thrones,
by themselves.
Yes.
I'll give you a good analogy, right? Lord of the Rings is there's an evolution. It's like an amoeba that came out of the primordial ooze, and like evolved and grew, and other creatures came out of that. And so the impact is great, but it's subtle over a long time.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is a fucking meteor impact that wiped
Which
out
came
everything.
out from that amoeba. In my opinion.
I'm
not saying
it's,
it's
like
100% true.
here's another analogy. It's like the Beatles and Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson was bigger than the Beatles, but the Beatles were huge and had a huge impact that's interwoven throughout music history.
Yeah.
And if there were no Beatles, there'd probably be no Michael Jackson, but we don't know that for sure.
Right,
but
right.
it's not too far of an imagination or leap to make. But you know, the Beatles didn't do what he did for better or worse. I mean, even in terms of sales.
Can you, I think I got off topic. Can you do me a favor and read the question one more time?
I
want to know
what creator would be on the same level as Stan Lee.
Okay.
And I don't know, to be honest with you, all those people,
I don't think anybody's on that level.
I don't think anyone's on that level.
Yeah.
George Lucas probably is,
So he took him off the table.
but he took him off the table.
So if you
The
took
other one I'd put in there in the same pocket that we're talking about is the Harry Potter lady.
yeah, that's pretty good.
You know?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like,
Maybe Gene Roddenberry,
yes.
all the Star Trek
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
And not for nothing. No, I'll leave that alone. I'm gonna say that crazy motherfucker from Scientology.
Oh, L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, because I mean he did produce.
And you can say he's had a huge impact.
He does. He did produce a huge amount of.
I mean,
of-
even Scientology has had a huge
yeah,
impact.
that's part of it. So many documentaries made about this guy.
so true.
Who else?
Creator wise.
I don't know if anybody else pops off like
I think that Stan Lee, now that he's gone, I think that we're gonna realize that he is one of these once in 100 years people like Shakespeare. You know,
he's the last. The thing that really bums me out about, because he had a long life, very
Yeah,
like
95 years old,
great
man.
run, the whole bit. The thing that bums me out about it when I started thinking about it is that he's probably the last of the era.
Yeah.
You know, like
Kirby's gone
it's
and-
almost like
Yeah.
the golden age dies with Stan Lee.
oof. Yeah.
You know,
Now
and that's that when I start thinking about Siegel and Schuster and Bob Kane, for better or worse, and Jerry Robinson and those people and Jack Kirby.
Mhm.
You know, they're all gone.
Yeah.
And Stan was like the last one, like the
Yeah.
last surviving member of that, like that era, and now he's gone, and it's like that's it. That's really it.
Dude, it fucked up my day. Like my wife and I were going out for lunch, and I was trying to text Chris something, old dumbass Chris, and it popped up in my like media. Stanley just dies, and I'm like, fuck. And I texted you guys, and like then all of a sudden, did you hear what that motherfucker, some douchebag, the guy that played the Lone Ranger, he was twins in the social media army. Something.
Oh, I know that some shit. I left all that.
I didn't
out.
read it. Nope.
Something.
No,
So
I'm
something
not
just
reading
came
into
out that was like a serious rebuttal to it, like facts. But I left it all out.
no,
Phil
no.
included it all
Yeah, yeah.
because
I'm not
like I just don't even want to tarn.
I'm not
like,
entertaining that
Yeah,
shit.
it's, exactly. That's
Okay.
it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like,
He's a douche.
I think that like he's just. I think that the next one that's gonna like bum me the fuck out is John Williams.
I was going to say that as one of the answers.
That might be an
those
impact.
music has
Yeah,
impact
visual- yeah,
culture.
visual,
Yeah.
audio impact.
Everyone knows a lot, some of those songs.
Yeah.
I mean, what about Spielberg?
Yeah, definitely. I think, dude,
not
when
gonna-
George Lucas goes, I don't know how I'm gonna feel.
Actually, I want to talk to you guys
Bittersweet.
about this.
Like he's like the father of my imagination in a way.
Is Stan Lee's services going to be? Is he out in California? Or is his service going to be in New York? Because like, if there's something open for the public, I'd be down to go.
Yeah, me too. I wonder.
I wanted to talk to you about that. Like, take a road trip.
I'll probably be out of town.
Serious question. Is it disrespectful or respectful as an homage to cosplay at that event?
Ooh, I think it's
respectful.
respectful. I think he would like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Now don't-
mean,
now don't
it would be
cosplay-
amazing to be like a
Don't
the-
cosplay that trash ass red ninja.
We had a
No,
quick
it has
discussion
to,
about
it has
that.
to be all. It has to all be all Stanley creation.
Yeah,
I would
or
think.
DC.
Yeah,
I would know
that was
DC.
like everybody shows up.
Even
as
DC said something like that.
Yeah, DC made an official statement, as they should. Like,
yeah,
that's-
absolutely.
I'm just thinking it would look like the identity crisis scene with all the dressed up people.
yeah, man. Yeah,
That'd
man.
be dope.
Like,
Everyone hearing this? Anyone going?
I'm waiting for the
Cosplay.
moment. Like, because I remember there was a powerful Warner Brothers image. I know somebody's like, every time that we talk about Marvel, we have to talk about DC, and that's not has nothing to do with DC.
Yes, it does.
there was a powerful Warner Brother image that came out when the guy who voiced most of the Looney Tunes died. And there was this famous painting that was done of like most of the, like all the characters that he did. And they're all standing there looking solemn, you know?
Yeah.
And there's an empty microphone like right in the center. Oh, yeah. And underneath it said speechless. And like that piece is coming from someone, you know, for Stan, and like that's something I might buy. Like, you know what I mean? Because like he is, I mean, it's not necessarily our generation, you know, it's not our generation's creator. Our generation's creator is probably George Lucas, but the impact of what he did it's part of the tapestry of my life.
Yeah. I mean, it changed the cultural landscape.
I remember
I may not have ever read a book on my own had it not been for Stan Lee.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I remember walking by, because you know they have him like all covered up and shit, so you won't even see the man. And like we walked by, and I got it, you know, just got a glimpse of him with my naked eye, and I was like, man, we should pay that like $200. Where were we at?
Baltimore Comic Con.
Was it Baltimore? So we should pay that $200.
Maybe the same year that
He was there for a couple of years though in a row.
Yeah, that $200 to go meet him because he's not going to be around for very long.
I mean, it's the same way I feel about Frank.
Yeah.
and he doesn't look well.
No. And then the second
Frank might already be gone. He just hasn't figured it out yet.
dude, if that would be the Frank Miller death of his choice. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They find him months later in a trench coat in an apartment in New York with a burnt cigarette all the way down to the filter in the ashtray, like in an empty glass of whiskey. And that's Frank Miller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, I don't see anything about his services yet, so I guess they're not announced.
Which actors have portrayed such iconic roles for you that whenever
Hugh Jackman,
you see them,
RDJ.
regardless of how great they are in that new role, you see them as the iconic role in the new one? My example is probably the best way to explain it. For me, it's Dominic West as McNulty from The Wire. Whenever I see him, I always see him as McNulty. When he was in 300 being untoward with the Queen, I saw it as McNulty being untoward with the Queen. And speaking of the Queen, I will always see her as Cersei Lannister now. Anything Lena Headey plays moving forward will always be Cersei, and this has even affected things retroactively so that I see McNulty daring to be untoward with Cersei.
Nice.
Michael J. Fox.
Real quick, I'm going to say Cersei is my girl. That's who I want to win the game.
Michael J. Fox, I only see him as Marty McFly.
You know what's funny? I don't. And it's because
He's shaking.
You should have said I'm shaking with anticipation. Because as a kid, I probably watched Back to the Future just as much as I watched Teen Wolf.
Family Ties.
I did watch Teen Wolf as well.
I watched that shit a lot.
Yeah.
I used to sing Moni Moni like all the time.
But the funny thing is, man, like I haven't seen Teen Wolf in years, but I keep on watching Back to the Future. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I would like to see Teen Wolf again, though. I could go for it.
You know what? I've seen like it's on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon, some shit. Yeah, and I'm like, gosh, I show the girls this.
Dude, I even liked the sequel when I was a kid. I bet you it's trash.
Oh
now.
yeah, I'm sure.
It was like his cousin.
He's a boxer.
Yeah.
Dumb.
I mean, Han Solo is, you know, every time I see Harrison Ford, it's Han Solo.
He's in so many different iconic roles. That, like,
I think it's what it meant to me.
Yeah, every time I see Harrison Ford too, I see Indiana Jones.
Yeah. So
No,
exactly.
I mean, I think that's legit.
I actually every time I see Indiana Jones or I see Han Solo, I just see Harrison Ford.
Anytime I see James Gandolfini, it's Tony Soprano. Like when I watched him in True, even in same retroactively, when I watched True Romance, I see Tony Soprano.
Yeah,
I mean, it's passable. I mean,
is
and the behavior of the
different,
character,
Dude,
right?
Yeah, and even the guy who does the commercials, he's like the unfortunate luck guy with the insurance commercial.
Mayhem.
Yeah, I see O'Reilly. Like I always see O'Reilly from Oz.
Oh,
I see him because he was in Rescue Me.
Was he?
Yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah,
the
yeah,
brother,
yeah.
and they
yeah,
switched him and they
yeah,
turned him back.
Yeah. O'Reilly and Oz, I always see him as that character. He was my favorite character because like he was really the one that was controlling the prison, but everybody underestimated him. So like he could move. A couple people caught him, But for the most part,
I've never seen that. Never seen
dude,
Oz.
that's a good show. A lot of wiener in that show. A lot of wiener. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kenny. Happy
Did you rape him
birthday to you, dude. It's like it's and
Big
then
Asian guy.
it's this African dude like Alabisi. He's fucking badass. He's one of my favorite characters as well. That show is fucking great characters. But like he's been waiting to get the drop on Kenny because Kenny was fucking up for from Alabisi's view anyway. And it was Kenny's birthday, and like Kenny was like in this kitchen like washing dishes and shit, and all of a sudden this cupcake popped up. Like he was like getting shit from here and then putting it over there and getting shit from here and putting it over there. And one time he went to get shit from here and the cupcake was just sitting there with the candle in it. And then you started hearing Alabisi sing the happy birthday song. And then at the end of to you, whew, and it blew out the candle and then it went to and the credits came up for like that's how the show always ended, like with the like it's a part of the music to it was fucking great. That show was fucking great. Back in HBO's glory days, man, when like they couldn't lose Sopranos, Sex and the City, Oz, Curb Your Enthusiasm, like every fucking thing they put out was fucking top shelf.
John from Cincinnati. Might have married man.
That was good.
It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'll take the number 6 golden pussy massage, please. The funny thing was that she wasn't some Asian. She wasn't some like Vietnamese thing. She was some med student named Peg who was American. She just played like that. She was some Asian chick. She's a prostitute.
yeah. You should watch that show, man.
I'm good.
It's good. You know, I've always said it's the show for everyone because it doesn't matter what your walk of life is. There's somebody that's gonna like. There's the biker gang. There's the Nazis. There's the Muslims. There's the Irish. The Italians. The black guys. The Hispanic guys. Like there's something for everyone. Do they kill this dude Napa?
He didn't say Asian guys, Joe. You know,
I did.
Oh, you know what?
I may have
there
mentioned
is an Asian guy. He's the
and one Asian guy.
one dude.
Yeah.
They don't get in trouble. They're smart.
he's like the counselor. Like he's like the prison counselor. Oh, gay guys.
Makes sense.
Gay guys are in it too.
What's his name?
I can't remember. It's the same dude
Is it
from
Dr. Wong?
It's that
it
same.
Dr.
I
Wong?
think it's that same dude. That sounds very racist of me.
Probably is him.
I think it is him though, and it might be the. Oh, you know what? He is Dr. Wong. Holy shit! He's Dr. Wong from the Ref.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also what's his face in Batman now? Who's the little glasses?
Hugo
Dr.
Strange.
Strange or Hugo
Hugo
Strange.
Strange.
Dr. Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
Instead of Dr. Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
A lot of Dr. Bongs here.
Surprise?
My Taekwondo instructor was Jung Si Jang. He's like, yes, Jung Si Jang, some of them, sir.
B.D. Wong. His name for real is B.D. Wong.
Yep. That's a cool name. I think.
Is it?
B.D. Wong. That shit sounds cool to me. Oh, Dipset comes out next on Thanksgiving.
So exciting for you.
Dipset Thanksgiving. I'm going to have a Dipset Thanksgiving. 110% Dipset Thanksgiving. Dude. Might have to wear. I'm going to pack my Dipset shirt just for the beach. Wear it on Thanksgiving.
Dude, who goes to the beach on Thanksgiving, man? That's kind of wild, man.
Yeah, I do. Well, I don't normally, but my dad goes down there for like a month and a half every year. It's like a snowbird thing.
Yeah.
But like, if he gets a house, he lets us have it for a week. Well, I mean, with, share. It's not like he leaves for a week.
I got this for you, Bob.
Just clean up after yourselves and the little ones. I'm interested. I'll talk about that off the air. All right. Shout outs to the rest of the cool table. Shattercast Uncut, Into the
He
Realm.
was Father Ray.
Beer and Bolters 40K. In the
Oz.
yeah, because he was like a religious dude. Plastic Fanatic, Stasis Lock, Toy Detox, Building Up to It, Breaking the Mold, and Fresh Communication. I don't think I shouted them out last week, did I? Or next week?
Did they get sensitive about it?
No.
They will.
We're preemptively shouting them out now.
Yeah,
Twice.
Yeah, and also shout them out for next week. And then we have Maryland Phil, Black Phil, Dante, Raul, and Manny on the Nerd Rage team.
Do we shout out irregular collectors, or is that just part of Nerd Rage?
It's just part of Nerd Rage and part of the realm.
Yeah.
It's irregular.
Children.
They get an irregular shout out.
Oh, since 2/3 of it is nerd rage, this is nerd rage.
Yeah, I'd say it's more like 2/3, 1/3 in terms of who owns.
And with that, great tits.
Fapulabius.
Tight dick player.